comrades, today is March 18, 2026, and the current time is 1917. The 30-kilogram neodymium-uranium alloy magnet is still missing. If any comrade has information leading to the discovery of the magnet, they will be rewarded 5,000 Institute scripts. Please forward all information to your logistics liaison if you have any information. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Hello. Oh shoot, I forgot to. Oh wait, I didn't boot the game up. Give me a second. I knew I was forgetting to do something. It just happened to be the actual important part of turning on the game that we're supposed to be streaming today. Anyways, how are all of you doing, comrades? I hope you all looked at the poll and that was how you could have decided what we were going to play today. And it basically was a three-way tie between, I kid you not, XCOM, Timberborn, and Prison Architect. Although I see right now that apparently XCOM 2 is winning, but I already started stream and I don't plan on changing what we're already doing. So, too late. We're committed to Timberborn today. Maybe we'll do XCOM next week. Also, how are all of you? Hello, Zuposer and Zir and Greywind and Ray and Checkball. Hopefully you've been doing well, Checkball and Umi and Havel and Maxi Sax. And congrats to Ray for being first. Also, Goldenrod and Greenwall, I think I said, or may not have said. Okay, there, I think that's everyone. The game's booting up, I promise. I had to basically switch to the official patch branch because I was still on the experimental branch since the game fully released basically last Friday. So we are essentially frontline playing the game for the masses right now, along with all the other people that are interested in playing the funny beaver game. Oh, jeez, it's really loud. Yeah, look at these poor beavers and doing their thing. Isn't that crazy? Did I turn off the music last time? Jeez, it's really loud. I think I actually turned off the music last time, so we may need to find some additional music. Or we'll turn it on for now. Until I can come up with a new soundtrack. So we're going to continue our... Oh my god, I have a lot of saves that I don't think are loadable, but we will continue. Wait. Where's my save? Wait, where's the save that we had last week? Hi, Ranu. Wait, where did it go? Huh? It's just not there. Oh, wait, no, okay, no, I see the problem. Okay, hold on, okay. So, I have an idea. All right, I need to move it to the correct folder. Give me 1 second. I know what happened. I got it. I got it, okay, so the actual answer as to what happened was the save was located in the experimental branch folder. There's literally a folder for experimental saves, and I had to go double check, like, you know, to pull it out. Also, how are you doing, Zero? How have you been? Welcome aboard. Alright. This should be fine, I think. Right? I hope. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, so it was literally just saved to a different folder, and I was like, that was weird. Okay, let's try loading this up now. So here's the main problem is that most of the citizens, like, you were a citizen and then you probably died. Beavers don't live that long. So every time I rename a beaver after someone, they usually die within like an hour in-game since I'm running at like speed 4. And so don't expect to live very long. I'll rename it as I see fit, but there's no way to automate things. There's no like Twitch integration that's in the game right now. But welcome to San Beaver Cisco. It is a very janky little place, but it's our own little home. You might have noticed we've got things like 2 beautiful dams, this one right here, and then this one right here, both of which are storing large amounts of water. However, I have multiple concerns about our future. One, we don't have a lot of water storage because we may run into bad water in the near future. Also, I was double checking online how much food we need to survive. So apparently a single beaver consumes about 3 units of food per day. Okay, so if you want to know how much food you need, that's approximately how much you need to function. Basically what this means is we don't have enough food. We kind of somewhat do, in the sense that our medium warehouses do produce a lot of food, or we have a lot of like cattails and whatnot, so we can make a lot of food, because one cattail root turns into 4 crackers. So we have a lot in storage, and that's probably fine. But what I'm afraid of is, I believe a bad water cycle may happen in the near future, and so we'll need to start storing large quantities of just normal water, just like in these giant tanks. So this is a very temporary setup, but I'm just going to put like 2 giant tanks of water here. Each of these hold about 300 units. So as long as we can store enough water to survive, we'll be fine. So anyways, how have all of you been? Welcome to our little settlement here. It's quiet and quaint. This is not lava. This is called bad water. Basically, this is polluted, toxic water that is coming out of this bad water source. It's basically because of the humans and their polluted water systems, and so it's coming to bite us in the butt. And there's in fact 2 locations where it's coming from. This one here and this one here. So it's been some nasty stuff. Now, eventually we can make use of the bad water. In fact, I have actually been gathering some quantity of bad water, because you can turn the bad water into explosives. We actually are getting a decent amount of dynamite, surprisingly, and we will need dynamite in order to start destroying and to start terraforming the land around us. And so that's kind of why I'm like, all right, well, we need to get our hands on this. But yes, it is post-apocalyptic, yes. This entire game is basically, what if post-apocalyptic beavers have taken over the planet? So for example, one of the things I want to do is eventually run water from, let's say, about here to here, like into this channel, but I can't really do that right now, but eventually we will. I think the easiest way to do that is if I am able to set up a destruction. We gotta dig out a little bit here, but it's gonna be a little bit of time until we can pull that off. Exactly, we must begin a brand new beaver world order. And so we are currently at 101 beavers, 2 of which are unemployed, and we have a very decent-sized housing district, you might have noticed here. Eventually I want to fill this lake up with water, and I think it'll look really pretty, but for the time being, this is kind of the vibe that we have. So, basically our main goal is, 1, we need more food, and 2, we're going to need more water. This entire colony consumes way more water than you would ever realistically expect. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. So, just in case, our main goals basically today are get more water, fill up the water tanks, and then eventually maybe try to move our water systems around, our power systems. Because right now our entire thing is powered with water wheels, which is fine, but we could probably invest in some windmills for energy and other things like that, and we can set up, like, we can do some real crazy terraforming if we're willing to commit to the bit, if that makes sense. And eventually we can plug up these bad water sources. There is actually an option to do that. Or you can just use a rig to extract it. In fact, if we can build a single bad water rig, we can just farm this for water forever, and we will never have to deal with the nasty water. It can be clean, pristine water. So anyways, I saw like all the people on the votes today. I was very surprised at how many people want to see XCOM. I know we did XCOM. I actually was checking. We did XCOM back in 2024. So it's been a while since we did XCOM. Actually, it was, yeah, 2024 is when we finalized XCOM. So we may come back to that, I think, just without Long War of the Chosen, because that was the mod that made the game take so long, and it was painful and not fun for anyone. So in order to at least bring us some peace and happiness, we're not going to be doing that anymore. We're no longer doing Long War of the Chosen. I'm sorry. It's just too much, if that makes sense. It's too much, and I don't really want to deal with it. Anyways, we got to build these things. I think one of our main issues right now is we don't have enough gears. This entire system does not actually produce enough power to reach 100% efficiency. So what I'd like to do is find additional ways to generate power. Right now, this entire power setup is kind of janky. So I have 2 choices. I can set up a secondary pathway, like around here, and have the water flow down through these giant water wheels. That might actually be the most easy solution. How are you doing, Zoingo? I'm trying to figure out how to generate more power, is kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm thinking one way we could do this is we could run a line basically from here. Once we get enough dynamite, we could run a line maybe through here, and then we can generate some water wheels power. The other option is just use wind turbines. Wind turbines are probably the most easy way to do things. We do not have nuclear energy. Our faction does not utilize nuclear energy. We basically just use water wheels. So for example, one way we could do this is that maybe if I set this up correctly, we can have water flowing straight from here, down through here. And then we can generate a lot of water, but we still have to hook it up. We basically need to find a way to organize our entire power grid, which, quite frankly, I am kind of at loss of how to do this. I don't really watch too many other people play this game. I kind of just do it on my own and try to figure it out based off of that. And so that's kind of like, where do I want to actually design the water wheel? Because you can do a bunch that just go across a river and probably generate a lot of power that way. So that's probably what we're gonna do. So yeah. And also the other thing I understand is that you can't use I can't think of the word. There is a large water wheel, but we don't have access to it. So one of the things I don't like, I will say, is that there's certain technologies that are locked to specific factions, and so I don't have access to the really big energy sources. I'm restricted to, because we're playing the folktale. So we gotta just use standard water wheels to generate power. So I'm just gonna figure out how I'm gonna do that. I think because this is 1 deep. 1 deep is probably fine. Yeah, you can see it's kind of janky. These aren't generating enough power, but that's why we gotta like set up more power. And I believe as long as you hook into one of these, you generate enough power, right? So you have to follow the flow of the water, and that's how you can kind of maximize your energy gain. I mean, it's physics, but you know, it's weird beaver-based physics. Don't think about it too much. It's just accept the fact that we are now a beaver-based society. Okay, everything is beavers when you think about it. We're also gonna find a way to go up here real quick because I need to get up there so we can continue. Basically, the other thing too is we have a lot of cool ways to move around, including zip lines, which I do want to build eventually, but we just haven't had a chance to do so yet. And if I do want to channel water through this pathway, I need to be very careful not to, you know, kill my beavers or drown them. So instead of using guides, I want to try to figure it out, like, okay, what could I design on my own as someone who hasn't really played this game too much? I think that's kind of the best way to approach these games. It's about like learning, like, oh, what are the cool things that I could do, right? Wouldn't you agree? Anyways, yeah. Have you all been? Did you all see that there's a new Spider-Man movie coming out? I actually kind of care about Spider-Man, so I was like, oh my god, we're actually getting one? Crazy. Oh my, you can see like they're all like thirsty. There's just not enough water. I might need more pumps. Legitimately, I'm gonna need more pumps. So yeah, this is gonna be rough. Hopefully we'll survive, but at this point, I don't know. My biggest concern is I believe what happens is that it will turn, this water is clean for now, but it will become toxic at some point for a few days, and that's gonna be really bad for us if we don't have enough water, because I believe a beaver consumes like 1 water unit per day. Oh, look, another drought. So we gotta get ready. We also want to start automating this, so I don't have to keep clicking this down. I will still do the Christmas album eventually, I promise. It's just been, a lot of other things have been happening, so I kind of forgot that it's a thing that I have to do. How are you, Skylet? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Anyways, let's try to design a power grid system thing that's probably not going to work very well, but it will be functional. So what I'm going to do, if I do this right, is we're going to do 2, 3. I think if we can do like 3 wide. What if we go 5 wide? Oh yeah, it's gonna be a little janky. I think this could work fine. That's a very long Slay the Spire run. How did that go? That sounds incredibly long. Did you survive? This might actually be a little janky. I need to find a way to also dynamite this. Since we have dynamite now, I'm gonna start ordering some of it. We're gonna start landscaping by demolishing things. Okay, so I'm gonna need the stand. Oh geez, this is 900. That's fine. I'll need the standard dynamite as well. So this only requires 1. Oh, we don't have any extract. How do I get extract? I don't know how to get extract. I think it's probably a plant-based product. I love these types of games. I do recommend this game if you are looking for something fun to play, like a nice city builder. It is a little different, so as long as you're okay with that. Okay, so we need a centrifuge. So a centrifuge will turn nasty water into good water. Or we'll turn nasty water plus wood into extract, which is actually kind of what we want. That's fine. We'll just let them build. We have a lot of wood, which is fine. We're gonna need more wood storage, by the way. I just have a bunch of large piles that are... It functions, and obviously it's not gonna be my permanent storage. It's just a temporary storage. You lost again. You know what? I understand. Those runs are tough. I love Slay the Spire. I've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire too. I think I'm at like A4 or A5 with Defect. You only win the multiplayer one because your wife actually knows how to play the game. Just stack as many buffs as possible. What are you playing? Ironclad? If you're mentioning buffs, I assume you're playing Ironclad. Oh, the other thing we need to do more landscaping is we're going to need a dirt excavator. Oh god, that requires so much. Oh. Ooh, Can I just... Okay, so this will require 4 dirt, and this will make dirt, but I don't have enough dirt. So maybe what we should do... Because again, I want to try to force water to flow through here. And it's going to be a bit of a large project, and it's going to require a lot of effort, I think. So first things first, too, is I need to start setting up additional... Are these dams? No, these aren't. These are levees? Stack these like this. And then... I think we just need one more stack like this, and that should be fine. I love spamming shivs. Oh, okay, you're a shiv spammer. Got it. You're one of those people. I understand. Let's just do this. Actually, what I'm going to do is... These can't be reached right now, right? Well, they can be. Perfect, I think. Probably the easiest way to do this, I'm just going to direct a path like that, and that should start being built. What we might need is we might need more builders. So we're going to do that, because we have a lot of building projects that need to be done. So we're going to order a builder's hut. We got a bunch of unemployed beavers. We might as well give them a job, right? The unemployed should be working. Why should the unemployed be able to just relish in the fruits of the hard workers? Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna need to also set up additional... I need to set up additional... I believe I'm using dams again, right? Levees. We gotta set up more levees, like, around here. I hope this works. I don't know if this design is gonna work. But we'll see. I've never done this before, building my own area where I can funnel water through, but maybe it'll be fine. Oh, jeez, yeah, and then... okay, so then... You're not unemployed by choice. I made them so. Well, I'm gonna give them a job, alright? We're gonna give them lots of gerbs. Gerbs for everyone. There will be a job for every beaver comrade here. There will be none that shall go unemployed. Unironically, it probably would have been easier to make power if I just put it, like, over here. Or even hooked in the power... I probably could have actually hooked the power grid into this stack over here by the bad water, but I'm a little too lazy to do that now, so we're committed to the bit. I'd rather just try to build this stupid nonsense project. I think half the fun is building silly nonsense and trying to hope that it works, quite personally. And then that'll give us more... We do need more houses too, by the way. So, 2 choices. I can either expand our little gulag block, or I could try to come up with an actual nice design. I don't want to see if I can build really tall towers, but we don't have access to treated... Oh, I do have treated planks. We can make spiral stairs now. Oh my goodness. Alright, where should the people who want to live in the spiral stairs live? What kind of horrible design can I make? What if we go right here? Let's unlock all these, by the way. Ooh. What if I, okay, wait, I have an idea. Now that we have access to spiral staircase, we can actually do some interesting designs. If I know how to do it, though, is the problem, which I may not. So obviously, yeah, we have a little thing here, which we're going to put some platforms. And then you can draw some very basic paths, just like this. It's a staircase. And then, now that we have spirals, we can do... Ooh, and then... if we raise it up, we can probably add more. Why do these games always turn so dystopian when what do you mean they turn dystopian? I haven't done anything dystopian yet. I'm just trying to give them very efficient housing. There's nothing wrong with space-efficient housing. Why must they make it sound like I'm committing a crime for simply giving them homes? Yes, the homes may be compact and maybe not the best place to live, but, you know, it functions. It functions just fine. Oh, shoot, this, that's fine, yeah. Worry not, these beavers will get someplace to live. I will ensure housing for everyone. And we may also hire more beavers. I mean, to be fair, they're beavers. They maybe embraced communism because they know that's the only way they'll survive. Also, I have an unconnected building. Well, that's because I haven't built the pathways yet. Keep slamming those things out. Yes, build more. Okay. I'm more impressed that this thing is actually being built. My weird Levy project is actually coming together. Levy? Is it Levy or Levy? God, I'm gonna run out of wood. The giant Walmart parking lot, I'm gonna put like right here in the toxic. You know what? This pit here was once a Walmart. Underground ruins filled with treasures abound that beavers know not of, but it comes from the humans of the past. So we're gonna pretend that it's that's where the Walmart is. That was actually the Walmart. Okay, the other thing I need to do is I need to find a way to generate a pathway over here. So... okay, this is what I was afraid of. Okay, so now we have the drought, which is expected. So now the water has stopped flowing, which means all of our power has stopped flowing, since I didn't bother building windmills yet. So that's kind of our big problem. It's not ideal, but it will be fine, I think. I'm more concerned if we have enough water to survive, but as long as we have enough wood to do my projects, I don't really care. As long as we have enough to do my vanity projects. That's what I'm calling this. I'm calling these my vanity projects because let's be real, that's literally what this is. Just gonna build this out through the center there. Perfect, and then maybe we can build another bridge across here. That might be fine. I also want to demolish this. So while our I almost said pawns. I think I'm too RimWorld brain rotted. I keep saying RimWorld terminology when I'm like, this is not RimWorld. Exactly! Vanity projects, the best way to do the game. Listen, no, it's a good vanity. This is a vanity project that will give our beavers something to live for. Okay, something that will give their life meaning. Yeah, let's use that logic. Okay, so if I add another house, it takes at least 2 steps up, right? Yeah, okay. Maybe it's time for me to embrace my life as a third world dictator. Ooh, look at that. And then I just need to find a way to hook that into the staircase. Which, probably, if I understand this right, is we have to put a platform here. Probably something like this. Is this gonna work? Yeah, that works, kind of. Oh, that looks kind of awful, but whatever, it's fine. Ooh, that actually looks really bad. Yeah, alright, let's do that. That's probably okay. Sure. I mean, it's a little more compact than the previous design, so I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. But yeah, we gotta make sure. One thing I am concerned about is that this colony of beavers consumes a lot of water, and this drought is gonna be here for another 4.2 days. Now, thankfully, we have a secondary reservoir of water, which was the whole purpose of this project. This was actually like a useful project, as some might say it was a vanity project, but let's be real, it had purpose. It had uses. Oh wait, too far from district cannot be reached. What do you mean? Oh, we didn't build the pathways yet. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We need more haulers, I think, is the other thing. Because they have to go so far to just drop off the materials, and that eats into like their entire day. We could make their work days longer. Right now it's 16-hour working days. What if we make it 17? What if we require the beavers to sacrifice more of their sleep time for more working time? If I get the bad water event, I'm pretty sure we're dead. Like, I don't know how to deal with the bad water. The realistic solution is we'll probably set up a dam system over here, so that I can control the flow of it. And if we get the bad water event, I will forcibly pivot the water out this way, and we'll just seal up this way, if that makes sense. I think that's the only way, but I'm trying to get to that now, before it happens. Unfortunately, we can't really generate more stuff until we have more power, and power's kind of low. I could add a wind turbine, but these need to be kind of high up, and there's not an easy way to get power to the buildings. Unless I build these kind of high up. Actually, wait, can't I just do that? Wait. Am I allowed to just do this? Can I just... Can I just do this? Hold on, wait a second. It's not, no, not that one. What if I put like a 10 high plank? Trying to think how I want to do this. If I put this here, am I allowed to just put a windmill like that? It'll generate like a pittance of power. It's not going to generate that much power, but it might. Anyways, funny game, right? What other games would you like to... I mean, tomorrow we're doing Star Sector, I think. And then we got... We'll probably either... I think after this week, though, we'll move XCOM... Or we'll move Star Sector to being like a every other week type game. Or maybe every 2-3 weeks. Like, it's a whenever I feel like streaming it type thing. As much as I like Star Sector, I am aware that it's not everyone's cup of tea. And it is kind of like slow to watch. So I like to try some other stuff. My goodness, our water reservoir is already dropping quickly. We have some very, very thirsty beavers, and they demand sacrifice. Okay, so fun fact, we can't actually put that up there because the beavers can't reach it. So the only way to build this is I think I have to build a staircase that reaches all the way up there. God, is that worth putting the effort into building? I don't even know how you'd realistically reach that thing. Spiral stairs might work, but maybe it's not worth putting that up there. Screw it. Yeah, it's not really worth it. Let's just demolish that, and we'll try to build the rest of this out. Since we have enough logs, and I'm just gonna allow more water to flow through real quick. And I may have wasted a little too much water. Whoopsies. Yeah, I'm gonna automate this. There's a way to automate this so that once it hits a certain water level, you know, this will lower ever so slightly, so I don't have to keep doing it. I know you can do it, I just haven't done it myself yet. You can see that our little design is kind of coming together. No, somewhat, maybe. I don't think I left enough space, honestly, for this. Because I have no idea how I'm going to build the centermost water wheel. The centermost water wheel is kind of the hardest one to reach. So I think what we might have to do is we may need to build like a utility platform or like a utility bridge that just kind of goes over and tries to reach over there and do what we got to do. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyways, if anyone has any music suggestions that's not going to get me in trouble with the powers that be, let me know, because as much as I like the music, it is a little stale at times. Speaking of music, I've been addicted to listening to stupid Bird Brain. That song is like my earwig of the month. It's the one that's like that. I don't know like why Teto is so popular nowadays as a Vocaloid, but I've been seeing a lot of more songs using her voice bank, and I didn't realize how well some people are able to make her sing in English, and it's quite crazy to behold. Because back in my day, all the VTubers were just like, this is Miku, this is Luca, and this is the twins, this is the... And then you have the blue-haired one, and the red-haired one, whose names I'm like somehow blanking out on. So yeah, it's strange to me like how far Vocaloids have come, but hey, it's interesting at least. Oh, look at them working. Yes. I think we need more haulers. I think I'm gonna build more haulers. We surprisingly have enough wood for now, because these trees are actually growing somewhat quickly. We may need more oak, though. I have a lot of here that I'm not going to touch because these are supposed to be for their sap. So we're going to leave those alone. But we will probably need to figure out what to do about the food situation soon enough. Oh, we have enough. It's only 1.1 days. I do think that these drought events do get longer and longer. I don't know what's the max length, though. Whatever it is, it's going to be nasty when we have to deal with it, so I guess we'll just be prepared. As with all things, you can only just be as prepared as you can realistically be. We'll also probably set up an additional dam over here. And then here is where I'll close off, like, okay, bad water's coming in. Let's seal it off. In fact, we can probably start building that now, just while our wonderful little beavers are doing their thing. Let's just get ready to build a little sealing section. Thankfully, these aren't super hard to build. I think we use... I think we're just gonna use a floodgate. I don't think we need anything else yet. Just a simple floodgate is okay. Like... I don't think it matters, right? I think we just do like this. And then that way, if there is bad water, we will have the option to quickly seal it off, and then no beaver will have to get sick. And then just make a quick staircase like here, and then they can at least walk all the way to the end over there and set it up, and that's fine. And during clean water periods, obviously it's not going to be too much of an issue. Gosh, look how fast this water is just draining. Anyways, yeah. Let's lower this. Fill it up a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay. That should be good. I think that's enough water to probably keep us going for just a bit more. The other thing we're running into is obviously lack of materials is now causing... Oh shoot, did I not build this right? Ah, lack of treated planks. Anyways, I was really surprised to see how many people wanted XCOM. So, if we're gonna do XCOM, the one thing is, one, we're not doing Long War of the Chosen, and two, I will still be playing hyper-modded XCOM. I found a mod list that seems to be well curated, and I am kind of interested in trying it out. We're probably not using RPGO anymore. Just maybe it's a little more balanced if I don't. Though apparently this mod pack adds enemies that even I wasn't willing to touch in the last run because they're so overpowered and horrifying. Something called like the Requiem for Man, and it's very spooky, very scary. Everyone will die if you're not careful. And so I was like, you know what? That seems like a challenge. I am good at XCOM when I'm playing with overly difficult mods. I'm sure this will be fine. So we'll give that one a shot and see how far we can go. But we also need to build these other things. Our people want one of every meal. So they also desire monuments and fun and books, which means we actually have to give them, I don't know, a mud pit. All right. We've completed another cycle. We're alive. Let the water flow. Crank this back up to 2.9. And then it's just going to start flooding everything. Perfect. I love the water animations. You know what this kind of reminds me of? It's basically a friendly version of that one game, Creeper World, if anyone's ever played that. Where you're trying to fight off, like, this horrifying... I don't know how to describe it, like... all-encompassing gray goop that's trying to destroy everything you hold dear. I think it reminds me a lot of that. But now you're just dealing with water mechanics. Can you imagine if RimWorld had mechanics like this, where you have to manage water flow all the time? God. I don't think people would be able to survive that. I don't know how to get to the center one. Actually, I have an idea. I think the way I have to approach this... I might have to build a platform. Wait, can I actually build a platform over this? Is that feasible? No, you can't. But... Hold on. Okay, wait, hold on. If I build a 6x1 suspension bridge, that might be workable. Or an overhang. I think a suspension bridge might actually work. Okay. Because we need to get over there, which means we need to use this platform as a basis point. And then I can hook in... Is that not high enough? Oh, it's not. It's not high enough. There's a mod for everything. When in doubt, just remember, someone's probably made a mod for it. There's a mod. Oh, it might be too high. I don't think that's reachable. I don't think that's actually reachable. Okay. Okay, alternative idea. Let's scan this. Oh my god, I didn't know there was a button to rotate the camera at like a right angle. Okay, get rid of this temporarily. And then let's delete this one and this one. And then we're just gonna put a few suspension bridges until the project is completed. I think that might be the easiest way to do this. Yeah, unironically, this might be the easiest way to do this. So I can probably just add maybe a 3 wide suspension bridge, and that should allow us to let's do 2 wide. It should allow us to build that. And then we just have to make sure we can actually walk onto it. You might have noticed that the beavers don't like running that far. Can't really do much about that. I need more river crossings. But for now, they'll have to just live and make do. Oh gosh, the water's stalled again. Why? I want this to be a little higher. This should be at like 0.90, I think is normally what I do. There we go. Oh, it's flooding again. All right, I need to stop. Oh, Jesus, it's really flooding. It's really flooding. But you can also see that we do have dynamite now. So if you ever want to see how dynamite works in this game, once you have the dynamite set up, oh, let's get this one set up first too. All you have to do is press a single funny button, and it will make a big boom. All the ones in the chain will explode together. You can also apparently use it to make tunnels, but this requires extract that we don't have yet, so I need to also start working on figuring out how I'm going to get a centrifuge going, which also consumes large quantities of power. Centrifuge will allow us to have extract. Extract will allow us to make tunnels, and then I can save more water that way. Holy cow, this thing keeps flooding. Oh, it's because this thing got finished. Let's crank this up a little bit. Well, we can deal with minor flooding. Minor flooding's never killed anyone. Certainly not our beavers. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why is this flooding constantly? Is the water pressure that high? Oh, maybe the water at this corner is actually that strong. Okay. That can't be good. Let's lower this to like maybe 2.8. That should be low enough that it should stop causing floods. I guess 2.8 seems to be the magic number for that specific one. Okay, that's fine. I think. Oh no, it's still flooding. Okay. Okay, perfect. Look, this water wheel's actually getting built. So once that's built, let's also get another one right next to it. Hello, sun. Good evening. Let's get this one built too. And then we can get rid of the suspension bridge and add the last one. This keeps flooding, and I don't know why. I thought we stabilized the water flow. Actually, here's an idea. Let's lower this fully. I think there's just too much water flowing through this right now. We're gonna deal with a little bit of flooding, but that's okay. Temporary flooding is fine. Also, I apparently did not... Oh shoot, I did this incorrectly. I built these houses the wrong way. There's no way to get there. Okay, there we go. That's fine. There we go. But how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Welcome to our little beaver adventure. As you might notice, it's a little messy, but we're getting there. Okay, so here's how this works. You press this button, and it'll detonate all the ones that are in a group. Some extreme measures were needed to adapt to the post-apocalyptic world. And just like that, we have cleared out more land. Now let's do it again, because I need more space here. So we're gonna... Thankfully, I have a decent amount of grenades, or dynamite. So I can do it again like this. I still don't know why this is still flooding constantly. There's like just enough water to... Shouldn't be flooding. And it's free-flowing now. It's not constant yet. It's very strange. I have to see what's going on with that. As long as we have enough water to survive. But yeah, welcome to our little beaver colony. It's getting there. Okay, perfect. Another one's done. So now I can get rid of this suspension bridge. And I can add another water wheel. Just like that. So, I think 9... Okay, so let me think. Oh, shoot. I just realized. You know, I just realized. Okay, so, I don't actually have a way to get the power out of this. Fuck. Okay, so, one problem. I may have forgotten to actually build a way to extract the power from this design. So now I have to figure out how I'm going to do that, because I basically have to redesign this. I think one option might be to... I can use a power shaft, maybe. I think as long as there's not enough water flowing through this, it might be okay, right? Okay. Let's first of all detonate this real quick. Okay. Yeah, this may complicate matters, but that's fine. It's an experience. Who cares about making sure that they can all be fed when I can just focus on making sure the stupid water design works? Water is more cool. All right, demolish this. Demolish this. I think if I demolish this one specifically, and then I need to find a way to add a detonator here. Okay. I think this will work. I think this will work. Where's the power shafts? Okay, so I want to put a power shaft here, here, and then I can put a platform. Oh, actually, no. So there should be one that I could walk over, right? Just put a simple platform. It's fine. The platform's not waterproof, but it should be okay as long as there's enough, like, water flowing down through this. Trust me, this project is getting there. It's just a very slow process. I will get this done today. My entire focus now is just to get this stupid water project done. I'm gonna need more dynamite. How much dynamite? I have 22. Once we can get this, like, powered, I think it'll be a lot easier to get this thing to function. So that's kind of my biggest priority. Yeah, so that should get power there, and then I need to run a path up here. So for now, let's do that. Let's run a path. Oh, Jesus Christ. How high is this? 2, 1, and then so it's at least 1, 2, 3. And then I can hook this up together. Yeah, that's fine. It's a mess, but it's a beautiful mess, okay? Hello, Infidave, how are you? Where XCOM? Well, XCOM didn't win by the time I was ready to start streaming, so we'll do XCOM next week, because there's a lot of people that really want XCOM. There's actually a surprising amount of people that wanted to see... what was the other one? Prison Architect? Ray's brought up me playing Prison Architect on stream a couple times, so I was like, maybe one day. So that's the only reason why it was even, like, half considered. And I was like, all right, we might, maybe. Okay, so this is fine. So then I need to find a way to... How do I join all these together? Oh, wait, I forgot power shafts are omnidirectional now. Yeah, that's right. For a gender equality seminar? What do you mean a gender equality seminar? Like a thing you have to go to do at a class? One of those, like, Title 19 or whatever it's called events that you have to do or else you can't get your degree? Like that. Okay, then this one is gone, and then I need to detonate this. Take our detonator back. It's a government seminar, okay. Well, a government seminar is also kind of rough. You're gonna let the government tell you what to do? I thought you're better than that. Don't let the government tell you what to do. You gotta tell the government what they should be doing for you. Or something like that, anyways. Actually, we could make an aqueduct, I just realized. I could... Oh, actually, no, that's not a bad idea. I kind of want to try it. I kind of want to try building an aqueduct. It's stupid, but... Hold on. Let me think here. Let me think about this design before I commit to this, by the way. Okay, so an overhang would probably work better, but this requires metal. Now, are we making actual metal yet? We do. We have 26. Okay, so that's actually workable. Hold on, I have an idea. So we have access to overhangs. What if I do a 1x3? Could probably set up a... Oh, okay, hold on. So I would need 6, right? 7, realistically. And I could flow the water, and that could leave this... Oh, you know what? I want to try this. This is dumb, but I am intrigued. Do I have the boards for it? No, absolutely not. We don't even have the power for this. I forgot to hook these power shafts up together, so I'm trying to find a way to quickly hook them up together right now. But it's okay. It's all in the name of progress. I'm just going to quickly delete this area here. And then I can hopefully wire them all up with a giant power shaft or something. And hopefully nothing bad will happen. I'm sure there's better ways to do this, but this is kind of what I'm at right now. Just accept it. It's not that deep, probably, maybe. Oh, you know, I think I made these like 1 too low. Yeah, these are 1 too low. I need to get rid of these. Get rid of these. And then I need a bit of dynamite right around here as well. I think one of my biggest issues whenever I play a game like this, and I've noticed this, my biggest issue is I have a very strong tendency to build as tight as possible, which, quite honestly, is not very efficient. I don't know what it is, but whenever I play games like this, I'm like, how tight can I make the design? And it's not ideal a lot of times to make a super tight design. A lot of times you want to give yourself more space, but I don't know, it's kind of just how I've ended up doing these things, I guess. Nah, you disagree? You think it's perfectly fine? Okay, then I can put a shaft here. Now, I need to add platforms to actually reach these other shafts, which is also kind of annoying, but that's fine. Just a few simple platforms like this. I tend to overbuild to strain my resources. You know what? That's true, too. Yeah. I won't disagree with that. Okay, and then can I add a platform and a stairs? Will that be buildable? Probably, hopefully. Okay, so this will give us access to this entire lower section for work. We have enough wood for now. Working around the clock. We also need to get ready to find a way to divert the nasty water out over here, so that's the other reason I'm going through all this effort. We gotta get ready to divert things. You never know when the nasty water's gonna come in. And thankfully we have no planks, so we gotta get more planks going. Ugh. Kinda wanna just build a thing, but I can't. Okay, so I need to find a way to bring the power over to here. So I'm thinking the easiest way to do this is... I don't know. There's not, like, wireless power transmission. I can't really make underground. I think what I gotta do is I have to just build out here, and then we can do, like, a vertical... I could go vertical here. Then I have to go vertical down regardless. Okay. I got it. I know how we're gonna do this. I want to make this look nice anyway, so we're gonna do this. And then that shouldn't flood, so that's okay. Put a path here. I gotta move the staircase basically one step over. And then we're gonna dynamite this section right here. Looks like someone on Twitter asked to test their CNC machine. Oh, are you talking about the CNC thing? Polluted tiles, you don't want to drink, obviously. It's poisonous. But yeah, I think crops can't grow there, and I think if you put housing there, your beavers are going to be very unhappy, so you probably don't want to do that. You probably don't want to put your beavers in such a position, right? By the way, look at this. We have 16 unemployed people. I got to give them jobs. I don't know what jobs to give them. I need more storage for food. I need to redesign all our food storage systems here. It's kind of a very messy mess. So, I don't know. But for now, I think they'll be okay. Maybe we just make more haulers. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna make another hauling post. That should be fine. Just put it, like, here for now. I was putting in a compromising position. How scandalous? Exactly. It's all scandalous. Yeah, I know you can do like a lot of vertical housing. I just haven't figured out like how to properly design a good vertical housing setup yet. Because again, I'm trying to avoid reading guides whenever I can. I'm trying to just do this all on my own. Okay, demolish this. I gotta demolish all this real quick. I'm basically gonna destroy everything that I built here. Okay, that's fine. And then we should be able to run... I'm gonna just basically build the staircase right next to it. I have to rebuild the staircase. Alright, that's fine. We need this anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of this one. Yeah, exactly. Why are they unemployed? They should have jobs. They should all have jobs. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look how beautiful this is. This stupid power grid. Trust me, once this works, it's gonna be beautiful. The problem is getting it to work, okay? Once it works, you'll all be like, wow, the professor was right. What a genius. He was so good at the game, and he made such an awesome water wheel design that's super tight and compact. Is going to be the delusion that I'm gonna tell myself. Okay, then I can switch to a vertical power shaft here. And then... yeah, that's fine. And then I'm gonna delete... I need to figure out the hotkey for this. What do the kids say? Being delulu. I think that's the word now. Being delulu. Okay, so I can either... I need to find a way to also move the power over, which is also kind of annoying, but I think I can work that into the design. I'm not that delusional. I am simply a believer. I'm a believer in my own competence. Yeah, we'll say that, even though that makes 0 sense. Okay. So I need to run this power all the way over here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also delete these 3 tiles here. So how do I delete things? There's no like easy delete button, right? And I can add the platform, stairs, 1, 2, path, and then once this is all hooked up together, this will be beautiful. I'll eventually redesign it. I'm sure this will not be permanent, is what I'm going to tell myself right now. Realistically, it's probably going to be permanent because I'm lazy. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes for me to actually get around to redesigning this. Okay, then I need to find a way to take the excess water and dump it out somewhere else. War crimes, check delusions, check bad planning, check. I am a dictator. That is true. All right, there we go. So that's fine. And then I need to then design the overhangs because I'm gonna basically try to make a mini aqueduct, which I can't really afford to do this, but I want to do it anyways. Once again, vanity projects at its finest, as we all know. That's the only correct way to play this game. Okay, let's get that built out. Thankfully, we now have a purpose for all the metals that we've been acquiring. Oh, look at that. Soon there will be so much power that our beavers will not know what to do with all this extra energy. Also, to get ready for the eventual, beginning of this power grid, we're going to begin to prepare the demolition derby. That's going to occur right here, probably here too. We'll worry about that later. I think we'll just delete like right around there. Yes, that's right, comrades. I am truly reaching levels of Delulu you would never believe. I kind of want to get a drill excavator just so I can have dirt. I don't know how this works. Does this just make dirt? Oh my god, this thing is massive. What the world? How do people use this thing? What in the world is this? Hello? I don't know where I want to put this. I do need dirt, but I don't like where that's located. I'm sure this is fine. You know what, actually building over the river is not a bad idea. Maybe building over the nasty river is actually a perfectly fine solution to this. Oh my gosh, this is really expensive. Never mind, we'll worry about that later. Alright, just add levees. Actually, I think for this, I don't need a levee. I think I can just build a platform. Just to extend this way, and I should be able to build a overhang like that. And so my logic is that the water should be able to flow over onto this without too much issue. And just to ensure that that's not going to be a problem, Why don't we delete this stack of... no, leave that there. That's fine. Let's see how long it takes to build this, because right now we're out of planks again, because planks are the only thing that matters, and we might turn off the gear workshops, but yeah, let's just pause these for now. Pause the gear workshops so we can allocate the power to the actual things that matter, like the lumber mills. Smelters are going to be needed. Explosives factory, probably we can pause temporarily. I keep it running. We need more bombs. I need more bombs. Trust me. This will all be worth it in the end. I hope. I sincerely hope this will be worth it. I'm sure there's way more efficient ways to do this. Actually, you know what? Since we have a lot of spare beavers that are unemployed, and since we are kind of desperate for power, I have a temporary solution. We're gonna put them to work. I'm gonna put them to work, all right. 2, 3. All right. Just gonna embrace the joy of manual labor to generate power. Perfect. This will be fine. They can burn off their excess calories from being fat from not working and using that energy to help fuel our industry. We have 19 spare bodies. We might as well do it, right? Eventually, I don't want all the factories over here. I will move the factories at some point, but it's a perfectly good spot to put it for now. Actually, wait. I'm just trying to think, does this turn into bad... Does the water from the water source ever turn into bad tide water too? I can't remember. It might, and I'm just maybe not remembering, but I am kind of curious. Anyways, they're putting in the dynamite now, which is fine. Here's the overhang, which will allow us to build an aqueduct if I do this correctly. Hopefully. But we will need more of them before I'm willing to blow it all up. And I will also prioritize the power wheels, which will help us make metals faster. And we have enough wood to do this anyways, since the oak are growing in fairly consistent order. Oh, wait, is there a great flood event? Is that an actual thing that I have to worry about? Is that an actual thing? I need music. Let's see. God, I keep hearing the stupid "can you send me 30k" thing, and I still do not understand what this meme is. All I know is that it's something Arknights related, and I'm just like, this is pure brain rot core. I cannot listen to most of these because these are all very much... Maybe Fire Emblem? We did RuneScape last time, so I don't want to do RuneScape. We did SimCity, I think, right? Oh my gosh. You know, let's do SimCity 4. Nah, I like 3000 square. We'll do 3000 again. One day, I will stream 3000. Also, that said the drought's coming in, right? 3 days? I think we have enough water to survive a 3-day drought. Probably. Yeah, I think we have enough water to survive a 3-day drought. But part of being a beaver is learning how to manipulate the resources around you for your own purposes, right? As long as we can get all the materials... Oh, look at that. Well, we could turn this on right now. If I turn it on right now, though, it would flood. Because I didn't actually figure out where I'm going to reallocate the water. Yeah. If I do this, everything's going to flood. Unless I design somewhere where it can flow out into right now. Let's change the music, because this music is SimCity 3000 Unlimited, the best soundtrack in the game I've ever heard in a video game. Let's do this real quick. All right. I don't know why, but YouTube's been having like a lot of issues for me lately on PC. Also, this one's hungry. Why are they always hungry? Hunger? Go get your food. Oh, you know what I think? The other thing I forgot is I need to move the food to like have multiple food warehouses scattered around, because I think they don't like eating it if they have to only eat it from one spot, if that makes sense. Right? So maybe adding additional warehouses for food might not be a bad idea, just so that we can move them like near where houses are and whatnot. I'm sure there's a way to design that. Anyways, look, work. Look at this Sick Roy and Urex and Gnomnu and Jubukra working hard to ensure that our industry stays powered. We will salute them when the job is done. And a lot of them are also still super thirsty too. I think I also need to move the water tankards everywhere too, just so that there's storage for them. All right. I think once this last one is built, I'm ready to turn it on. If that makes sense. Like once that's ready, I will activate it. Also, since there's just a lot of spare, more people working the hauling posts, so we can haul things around. Okay. So if I blow this up, where does the water go? All right. Before we do this, I think the one last thing I need to do, I'm gonna demolish this right here. I'm gonna try to flow it into this river. I think if I just blow up, let's see, how much logs do I have? I got 280. I think if I do it like this, it should be fine. For now, let's put a levee approximately here, and let's make this like priority number 1. I want these like built now. And we have enough people that should be able to build this without too much problem. And I think I can then activate the Great Water Wheel project and hope this doesn't break anything. Oh yeah, look at them go. Yes. Keep delivering me the raw materials, my dear beavers. You've worked hard. You will be paid in great rations. So anyone also, sorry, continuing what I was talking about earlier about XCOM, I was kind of like watching checking the XCOM category earlier, and a lot of the streamers that I used to watch, play some XCOM, don't stream it anymore. I think the only one I saw streaming XCOM the other day was Beagle Rush, which was kind of surprising. I was like, oh, he's still at it. Good for him. XCOM is a cool game. I hope he finds success having more people watching him play it. All right, let's hope this works. Or this is going to go very poorly. Yeah, he's very strategy variety core now. It's instead of just one game. All right, I'm going to save the game. All right, ready? San Beaver Cisco's water dam project is about to get turned on. I probably should have built additional overhangs and barriers. Oh, shoot, I did not. Uh-oh. All right, I may have noticed some areas where I forgot to seal it up. All right, we may be running into a flood problem in the near future. Probably not that big of a deal, but there's not enough water flowing through. Okay, we gotta seal some of this up. And also, a bunch of viewers after crashed on XCOM. Was he just like sick and tired of streaming XCOM? Is that kind of what happened? Actually, not that one. No, Beagle Rush. We're talking about Beagle Rush. Like this for now, and then I can add I think we add another platform with another overhang. It's probably correct here. Yeah, let's do that. I think we can slap another overhang, and then I should be able to add additional levees to prevent it from moving in. Okay, I think we've solved that problem a little bit. We're gonna fix this soon, don't worry. Oh dear. Probably is not the direction I thought this was gonna go. Whoopsies. Why, what did Johnny Lump do? Is this a character from deep XCOM lore that I'm not aware of? I don't know who Johnny Lump is. Oh god, the stupid thing. The problem is we're gonna have a flood soon, so I gotta be very careful. Oh, that's right. I remember you mentioning like every time like Beagle Rush would find something about Long War, you know, Johnny Lump would like change it so you can't do any of those exploits or activities that he did to like make the game a little easier. That's right, I remember this. Yeah, I remember this discussion. Okay, so we have enough water, we have enough trees, we have enough food. We just need to survive for the foreseeable future and try to get some of these. It's our time to fix this. I'm also gonna get rid of this thing. I don't need this. this, and probably get rid of this one. And then I need to put dynamite on that. I need to find a way to get up there is the problem too. So I think we'll just do spiral stairs, because again, this is very compact. Add a platform, one more staircase up like this. And then dynamite right around here. Okay. The old kind of Crashdown did like XCOM streams where he'd send a cruiser deaths by a dozen, which sounds funny with the point. Some people would like 6 months. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I know a lot of people definitely want to be in his streams, right? Yeah, that's really unfortunate. That's unfortunate that's what happened. Some developers, I think, just kind of get in their head that they are like the end-all be-all of like, you know, what is appropriate to play. I get it's their mod and they want it to be played exactly they want it, they expect it to be played, but man, that's kind of unfortunate. And is it? Oh, I guess that's kind of the joy of being a small streamer, where hopefully none of that ever happens for me. I don't think have I ever crashed out at a video game? Okay, there's probably been like a few games where I've crashed out actually, but I never have like a super crazy crash out, you know. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure there's like 1 or 2 games where I've had like a complete, like, all right, I am done. This game sucks. I'm mad and all that. These people can't reach this. Actually, you know what? Since we have a little bit of time still, the only way we can easily reach this is I'm just gonna build a path right here to be able to reach this and build those out. Yeah, if the devs fighting against them, I would be surprised if we crashed out. What have I crashed out on? I'm sure there's been like a few games that I just absolutely hated, and I was just like, why am I even streaming this? Yeah. I mean, his YouTube videos are still okay. Oh, I probably crashed out XCOM. You know, you're right. Probably that's true. I'd believe it. I'd believe it. God, these things are working so slow. Maybe I should add more. Maybe I should add more slavery wheels. I can't be bothered. The water wheel should be functioning soon enough anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, okay, to be fair, yeah, some of those missions were absolutely BS. So I think that is, in fact, a justifiable crash out. On some CE mech clusters, too. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That sounds like something that I would do. Yeah, I'd believe it. It's such a very janky design. I don't even know if this is going to work properly. I should probably just add additional water wheels up here, honestly. It'd probably be a lot better than whatever nonsense I'm putting here. Well, the thing is, that's what people like about XCOM, right? Because you can become part of the story of XCOM. And especially, people love being on the screen and being able to participate in like what their streamer's doing. That's I think why when I play XCOM, a lot of people really enjoy it, because hey, look, you're on the screen, and I'm probably gonna get you killed, but at least I'm gonna try to keep you alive. It adds to the ongoing narrative. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a good player like Beagle Rush or any of the other people that are doing all sorts of crazy stuff in the game. So, you know, I can't tell you like, hey, I'm gonna make sure you live. I'm just gonna be like, I will try to keep you alive, but I make zero guarantee that you will survive. If that makes sense. Yeah, you may live, but may is not a guarantee. But I ain't gonna be crashing out and be like, I hate this, I'm gonna get you all killed now. Ho 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 ho. Me angry. Like that. I need to build the dynamite right there. I have completely ignored the rest of the... You know, let's also, while we're doing this, we should probably give the beavers something that they want, because I kind of ignored them. The beavers probably desire contemplation spots, right? What they want. They desire places to pray, so we'll slap in a few more of these contemplation spots. Like, that's fine. They can pray there. I'll find more prayer spots eventually, but that's okay. Just gotta survive another 3.4 days. We have enough water to survive this, I think. We'll be fine. Okay, here we go. Dynamite triggers. Perfect. So what I wanted to do here is I do want to add another overhang, because this is going to help channel the water where I want it to go. So by adding an overhang like this, I can finally finish my project here, which is to add the final steps of the the very bare bones aqueduct. Think of it as like experimenting to build an aqueduct. I mean, not something we've done before. Is the music too loud? I just realized this music might be a little loud. Yes, I know exactly which anime you're talking about because I was talking to a friend about it because it was hilariously censored. So if anyone is curious what I'm talking about, there's an anime called Petals of Reincarnation, I think is what it's called. Imagine a bunch of historical figures reincarnated into the modern world, but they went with the Fate route and decided to make a bunch of them cute anime girls, including the perpetrator of World War II, except they gave him a shouting gun effect. Wow, I can't believe you don't want to listen to me and my beautiful, luscious. What if I started doing beaver ASMR? That's more squirrel based, actually. Never mind. I can't believe no one wants to hear me talk. What is this betrayal? Unfollow for doing a beaver. You know what? That's a fair enough answer. Fair enough. I understand. My voice is too beautiful. You can't handle how wonderful it is, right? I think this will be fine. I'm hoping this design functions the way I've been hoping this functions. We'll find out in about 2 point. Oh wait. Oh shoot. Our water's almost empty. Just add a bit more water into the pipe here. Add a little bit more. Fill that reservoir up. Oh shoot, that's too much. All right, that's good enough. I'm gonna need to make a deeper reservoir. We'll reach White Feather versus White Death though. I've not read the manga myself. The only like manga I'm reading right now and like trying to catch up on is Leah Niston or Nia Liston. I can't remember. I don't know if it's getting an anime, but I have found the manga to be quite enjoyable because, well, she's a hilariously overpowered individual, reincarnated, although not isekai technically, but it's quite interesting the fact that the whole series basically revolves around fantasy television, and also the fact that she's an overpowered little child, which I find to be a hilarious trope. I think it's one of my favorite tropes. I think I might actually delete this section here, and that should be okay. I hope this works. Actually, while we are doing this, I want to see if I can quickly add a little bit of let's see here. We need to add a paper mill. We do need paper. I need to figure out where I'm going to move the factories. I think this factory design's really bad. I might move the factories to over the bad water, but I haven't decided that yet. What do you mean reincarnated as a rib? As in like a rib of a human? What do you mean by a rib? What the fuck kind of anime is that? What do you mean? Ah, yes. I have reincarnated as a rib. What? What kind of anime is this? What kind of nonsense are you watching? Oh, you know, we should probably get observatories also require power. I guess we can put observatory somewhere over here at some point too. We'll be able to run the power lines up at some point. Right now it's just kind of where it is. Come on, I need the water to come back soon. And then we gotta eventually get ready to tunnel. I need to get the centrifuge. I think centrifuge is my next big project. Because I need the materials. It's actually not that bad to manufacture to get the materials, so as long as you can afford the power and the bad water, it's not a big deal. I think we'll just put it like, I don't know, here or something. We can put the extract underneath it. That might be fine. In fact, that's what I probably should have been doing. I should have been building these on top of storage units, and then they could just drop whatever they're, you know, crafting underneath it. So I do want to get this big one. Ooh, that's a chunky one. Maybe we need to build the mega warehouse. What is this? Am I about to be scared? What is this? You know, okay, so you know what's really funny? I remember reading somewhere that one of the publishers or editors or like top workers at like Kadokawa or something was complaining about how in the realm of Japanese light novels, is because the light novels are typically what get adapted into anime. There's two. He's so sick and tired of, you know, being handed one, and it's like reincarnation, but also with RPG elements like stat blocks and stuff like that. And you know what? I don't blame him. Everything nowadays, every like isekai has to have like stat blocks and the character tropes. Like, you just know exactly what's gonna happen. And I get a lot of it's just wish fulfillment, but come on, we can be more creative with wish fulfillment, right? Like, every single isekai nowadays is like, okay, so anyways, the character is I don't know, he's a 30-year-old. I think nowadays it's 30-year-olds being reincarnated instead of like 15-year-olds. He's a 30-year-old reincarnated into a realm of fantasy and sorcery, but when is being reincarnated, the goddess is like, hey, yo, so what kind of special power you want, fam? And then the main character's like, yo, I want that super powerful god tier luck ability, or the ability to steal anything. Oh, what does that mean? You can also steal their hearts? Whoa, that's crazy. Tell me more. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. I think it's like one thing to like actively play like MMOs and RPGs and writing it as like a love letter, and then another thing to just kind of cash in on the fact that everything is just like lit RPG, because everything's lit RPG. I hate it. Oh shoot, our crops are dying. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we are. This amount of water storage is actually not enough anymore. We may need to figure out additional water storage. What I might do is I might actually just dig this out on the next flood. Just like make this even deeper. In fact, I can do that right now. Since we have enough, we have a lot of dynamite. Just start adding more here. Should be fine. Maybe not this one. We can't reach that. That's fine. But yeah, that's kind of my biggest issue with like a lot of lit RPG, and why I don't read a lot of lit RPG is just because it's all samey. Everyone and their mother's like, what if we just made the same thing again? You know what's oh, that reminds me. You know what's actually like kind of annoying? So on YouTube, there's this weird trend on with what the heck? Huh? Wait, what? Why is it not flowing correctly? Wait. I don't. Does this not work? Oh shoot, this might not work. Wait a second. Why is the water not? Wait. Is this permeable? Oh, I guess I should have thought about that when I saw the holes. Oh wait, hold on. If I add this impermeable floor, does that make it completely solid now? Hold on, I'm kind of curious. I was not expecting the fact that this was going to be impermeable, and now I have to solve the impermeable problem. Okay, so let's do this real quick. I'm gonna add stairs here, and then just try to build a path all the way through, and then maybe we can fix this. Maybe. On the other hand, this is generating power now, somewhat slowly, but it functions. So, I've done it. I have created water power with my super janky water wheel setup. It functions somewhat, somehow. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Please tell me this works. Oh, okay, there we go. So now the water's okay. So you have to put the impermeable floor, and now I've made like a very awkward aqueduct thing, but it works, and that's what matters. The only thing that matters is that the stupid project worked and that my efforts were not wasted. Okay, now obviously, oh shoot, oh hello. I think that should stabilize soon enough, right? Yeah, it should stabilize, I think. Because this is now at 2.9. It shouldn't flood anymore. This is not generating a lot of power. I think once we make the floor completely impermeable, it should be fine. Okay. So there's not. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. So what if we seal this off completely? Because now we have water up here, right? Oh shoot, maybe just like let a little bit through. If I let it all through here, we can generate a lot of power. You can see these are now each producing about 100 each, and it is flowing into here correctly. As long as we just keep this reservoir topped off, it should be fine. But yeah, this is our first civil engineering project. You can see that it functions the way exactly it was meant to be. 3 water wheels, each producing these are each producing about like 105, 110 for about 900 watts of horsepower, which is about the same as it is down here, but actually it's a lot higher. So that means I can get rid of these stupid power wheels now. Don't need this. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. All right. We also need to start adding the other things that I've been wanting to build, just so we have the resources to at least expand slowly. Let's get rid of this. That. And we're going to finally add a centrifuge so we can create cool water out of the bad water. This is a 3x3. So I believe extract is a tank-based product. Hello, Airman. Good evening. I need to add a... I don't think I can justify making a large tank right now. So we'll build a medium tank, is fine. And then, I don't know, I'll just put the extract storage... Here's fine. Put it right there. They added a trench gun to Helda. I'm aware. I've seen it. Because I know everyone loves Helldivers and all the wacky things you can do. I actually haven't played Helldivers in a while, ever since Cyberstan. Maybe at some point I'll get back to it. But I just haven't felt the desire to return to Helldivers. You know, I could probably add additional power here, actually. You know, it's not a bad idea. Hold on, how would the centrifugals be? Okay, wrong one. Oh, that would be a decent amount of power, too. 1, 2, 3. And then I just need to find a way to hook it into the power grid here, which means delete this one. And then delete this path here. Anyways, how are you doing? Hopefully you're having a good evening, too. Welcome to the magical realm of Beaverton. Or San Beaver Cisco, because I'm unoriginal and cannot come up with good names. I do need to fill this up. I need this reservoir to be like a little heavier. What if I just like let a little bit of water through? Ooh, it does cut it almost in half, which is kind of rough. Anyways, we're gonna deepen this a little bit. So there's even more water storage there, perfect. Okay, I think the problem is having 2 of these flowing out at the same time is causing large flooding. So I'm trying to think how I want to design this. I think what I have to do... One, we're going to seal this up real quick. This section here needs to be brought to the same height as this. So we're going to do exactly that. We're going to extend the depth of this. And we're just gonna, I don't know, grenade it all. We have 46 dynamite. Actually, now that we have extract, hold on. Make this filled with extract. Oh, I don't have enough unemployed beavers. In fact, I don't have enough beavers in general. I need the beavers to start smashing their beaver parts together until we can get more beavers. All right. If I do that, though, I'll need to also focus on our food resource issue, in the sense that we don't have that much available to us. So that might be another thing we'll need to finagle with. I also want to start chopping down these pines. We don't really need that much trees over there, but alas, I can't really do much about it for now. So how do I get more beavers to start making beavers? Let's see. I guess I'm just gonna extend this, I'm not gonna say it's a beaver gulag, but it's the beaver housing block. It's gonna extend it out by like another 4, so that's another 6. We're gonna extend this just a little bit. And that should add a little bit of extra housing so that there's places for them to sleep. How do I... There we go. How do I click down there? Come on, I'm trying to add a platform. Okay. And then, yeah, they'll get roofs too. I've seen a lot of designs. People make some really creative designs in this game, but I just don't think I have that ability to come up with something that intricate. Like, if I were to redesign this, I'd probably move the entire district center somewhere else, but I don't know where I'd move it. And I'd probably center the entire base around it, and I'd probably move these, like, research labs basically anywhere else. Like, it just eats up a lot of valuable real estate. Same with the storage that it's obviously on top of, and maybe we'll move all the pit large material storage somewhere over here. Maybe over here instead would not be a bad idea, since it's near where all the lumber mills are anyways. Because having to go from here to there, it is a lot of effort. Let's add some scarecrows, I guess. Yes, a singular scarecrow is what the people want. I don't know. Or they want a hammock. Yeah, sure, we'll give them a hammock. The beavers demand beaver relaxation devices. Oh, you know what? Here, I have an idea. Oh, I have a cool idea. Oh, shoot. Wait, there's nothing there. I think I have an idea. I want to give our beavers an option to relax as they gaze upon the lake. But obviously, it's a little difficult because there's not a lot of space here. But what you can do, because this will be filled at some point, and I need to give our beavers something to do. I don't think a suspension bridge works, right? Oh, okay, it will not work, okay. But you can give them a overhang, so I can give them, like, this, what, 4 tiles deep? I need a 5 tile deep one. I don't have enough science points anymore. Alright, we do need to get the new science building. We need an observatory. Since we have enough power to justify this, I'm just gonna put, like, these 2 right there for now. Okay, so the other thing that we've been trying to do is get extract, which means I can build tunnels. And also triple dynamite, all of which are very important. The tunnels are actually more interesting because you can basically bore an entire thing, I think, like that. I'm not 100% sure how this works, but if I can do exactly that, I would like to bore a tunnel from here. Basically from there to here. And then I'll need to find a way to manage the water flow as well. So we'll need to get ready to dam this up too. There's no way to convert bad water into clean water. This is the only clean water source we have, which, by the way, which is not ideal. We'll make it work, but it's not gonna last forever. On the other hand, look at how much horsepower I'm making. All of our buildings will just run around the clock perfectly, no more problem. It's actually kind of beautiful. Let's turn the gear workshops on too, so I can start making gears. I think I ran out. Yeah. Okay, so let's also now let's focus on the well-being of our beavers. Okay, how do I want to design this? So we have a bakery. I want to design this. We need the deeper storage pits at some point as well. And this entire space here in the middle is just completely empty. I think... Let's see, this produces 1 per hour. These will produce a lot more if we can just get the gears for it. So I'm thinking what we'll do is we're going to get rid of this entire stack of inventors here, and we'll probably turn this area into a warehouse. Where's automation? It's down here. You can set up things like relays, levers. You can measure flow and depth and all that other fun stuff. You can even do things like time of day and launch fireworks and all those other cool things. I don't know how to do half of those things, but it might be fun. You could build a farmer monument too. I guess that would be happy, but I have to figure out where I'm going to put that thing. I'd like to, again, like my next goal is to fill this with water, and then this entire area will become irrigated, and then we can just grow beautiful crops there that they will love and adore forever. But again, that's going to be a bit of a difficult project. But that is my next project to handle. We got enough beavers, I think. We need a few more beavers. And I may have forgotten to extend the housing pathways. Oops. Put another one here. That gave us another 6 spots. Actually, this area here could probably add some stuff. And we're going to add some decorations here. What do beavers like? They like bushes because these people don't want to see the filthy peasants that live across the street from them. And then I think over here too, we can probably turn this area into like additional housing. In fact, we might do exactly that. Raise more beaver. Have you ever had a beaver tail? Like, that's an actual thing in Canada. It's called a beaver tail. I promise you it's not what you're thinking. You're not actually eating beavers. So beaver tail is apparently like a deep, it's basically like a giant, it's like the Canadian version of a funnel cake. I've never actually had one, but that's my assumption as to what it is. Give it a shot if you ever get a chance to be in Canada and you're like, oh, I'm looking for something cool to eat, eh? And then just eat a beaver tail. Yeah, I guess it's like an elephant ear. What's a funnel cake? Oh, that's right. The Philippines doesn't have cool things like funnel cakes. I'm sorry. I forgot the Philippines doesn't get all the fun stuff that everyone else gets to eat. Maybe one day the Philippines will get to cool things. I'm so sorry. You'd make fun of the Philippines. I can't help myself. Okay, we're gonna add a vertical shaft, I think, here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can add a shaft like this. I think I need to add one more. Perfect. It's like I don't know how to describe a funnel cake, but just think of like a fried pastry. Yeah, it's just a big old fried pastry. It's actually quite delicious. Highly recommend it. But eat it in moderation because it's not exactly what I would call healthy eating. We're gonna deepen all this like that. Delete this one real quick, and then we'll put a nice staircase right there. Okay, now we have too many beavers. We have 12 free beds, so we're not going to add any more houses yet, because last time I did that, we ran out of food very quickly, so just to make sure we don't... We need batteries! I forgot, because we have power, we should probably make sure we can, you know, actually use that power. I'm gonna cover this entire thing with this beautiful platform, just so I can, you know, walk across it. But yeah, I forgot, we need batteries. Fun fact, in Quebec, actual beaver tails are considered fish for the purpose of avoiding meat on Fridays. I actually am aware of that, which is really funny. I believe alligator also falls under the same jurisdiction because I think the archbishop or something of Louisiana answered that question. He's like, to someone, he's like, yeah, alligators are considered fish in the eyes of the Lord for purposes of like Lent. And I thought that was really funny. It's too far to reach. What do you mean? Oh, because the staircase is not built yet. Okay, that's fine. Let's get this slammed out here. I wonder if I need to add more builders. Maybe not. But let's get this slammed out so we can get more. Basically, the reason I'm doing this is to add a deeper reservoir, because these are 3x deep. As long as I have enough dynamite and extract, which it seems like we do, this should not be a problem. I'm surprised we actually have enough wood for all of these weird things I'm trying to do. I've never really had alligator. I think I might have had it once or twice, but hey, maybe if you say that's what it tastes like, then I'll believe it. This thing built yet? These are not built yet, because we don't have enough gears. The gear machines are working as fast as they can. You know what's funny? This legitimately might not be enough power. Based on my reading, this is not enough to fulfill our power needs. I may need to actually add an additional set of water wheels. God. Maybe I should turn the bad water into power as well. Yeah, that might be what I have to do. There's a lot of fresh power here. If we were willing to build all the way down here, we could make use of this and we dig like a channel out. Just like bigger, chewier, gamer version frog legs. Okay, got it. Not the type of thing I would normally eat. I normally just eat chicken or beef. You know, the usual suspects of fine cuisine. This one is hurt. Oh, we have a lot of... Oh, you know what? A lot of our beavers are getting injured. Maybe we need to build a hospital. I think what you're supposed to do is you build like a place where your beavers can eat, but it has to be near food, so they don't have to get up too far. Same with water. So it might be time to build, well, a beaver hospital. I just don't know where I'm going to build it. It's kind of the part I'm trying to figure out where I want to actually slap down this thing. I want to build more vertical. I know, like, right now it's very flat. Yeah, I mean, medicines always last. You don't need medicine. Medicines, you only need medicine if you're hurt. So the solution is just don't get hurt, Lamau. Yeah, exactly. The solution, just don't get hurt and you'll be fine. Actually, I could probably slap down a few hospitals like right here. Yeah, we'll just kind of put them somewhere. But I'll build a proper hospital soon. This is all temporary in design. Oh God, what happened here? They cannot access their home? Oh shoot, no, it's these things. Okay, right. I know this is not connected because it's gonna add a 5. Well, I can't. I'm just gonna add a double platform like this, and then we can build a nice path. And then once this is loaded with water, they can just gaze upon, you know, the lake that I've created. We just have to make sure that the lake doesn't get too full is the main issue. But we have dynamite at least. It's just gonna take a little bit of time to get all this done. God, it's still not enough power. All this effort, and we surprisingly just do not have enough power for this. Okay, we have an observatory, by the way. This is what it does. So so we don't need the small ones anymore because this takes 4 people, makes 10, and these take 1 person to make 1. So let's get rid of these inventors. The inventors no longer need to invent. Their inventing days are over. Okay, so then we need to figure out where I'm gonna how I'm gonna reorganize this. I don't know. I need more science points first. God, is this really not enough power? All these water wheels. Oh, how do the iron... I'm trying to remember how the iron tails actually make their power. I think they actually make theirs from, like, uranium power, I think, right? Like, other, like, actual electricity instead of just plain water wheels. Anyways, let's see what else we need to get more happiness. More lanterns and more roofs is in demand. So I will give them the joy of a roof right here. Basically, we're going to try to maximize their happiness by adding whatever the heck they're looking for. So if they want roofs, I'll give them a roof. If they want more lanterns, because they want to see the light, I will give them more light options as well. Who am I to deny them the joy of being able to see? I will say the only sad part is that the light actually doesn't do anything. It just kind of... I don't think it actually glows at night, which is a little disappointing. There's a lot of games nowadays, like city builders, that actually have requirements where, like, hey, if you want to make your city not suck, you actually have to decorate it. Like when we played Town to City, which I actually think I completed the core game of what was available in the early access at the time, like after I played it on stream. So I'm not quite sure if it's going to get anywhere else beyond that, but we'll see. Gosh, the problem is if I tunnel over here, then that's less water flowing through this, right? Unless I seal it off. I think that's my only concern now. So the water would flow here in through this area, and then this area is going to get blocked by this blockage. It'll create a... Oh. And then it's going to, I think, evac through this hole. So if I make the tunnel, it's not going to go here. It's going to go here and then just into the void until I can destroy the blockage and then seal off the hole. But if I do that, then I can have a nice clean river source that leads all the way here. And maybe I can turn this into additional water power too. That's probably what we end up doing. Yeah. Anyways, are you ready to see this get blown up once we have all the materials out there? I think we're going to get more builders. Also, there's a districting system in this game. I ignore it completely. There's like a whole mechanic about like, you can make districts and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I don't care. I will just put things where I feel like putting them, and the game's gonna have to try to stop me. Which does, I think I could I stack these on top of each other? Yeah, this map is a little too small for districts. Quite frankly, I like the new system. The old system, if you wanted you had to use districts. Because the beavers would straight up not go past a certain distance, like if it was like red like this, but now they will. It's just going to take them a lot longer to get around. But if I add, I don't know, zip lines, I think they can just move around a lot faster. So why don't we try to build zip lines? I'm kind of curious how this works. I need at least 3 researches. Stations, pylons, and beams. Okay. So if I wanted to put a zip line station, I assume we have to make it high up. So what if we put it like here? And I want to put this one up here. How would I connect them? Does it just work like this? If that works, can they just move between those 2 areas at a whim? Also, hey, want to see this blow up? All right, here we go. All this triple dynamite. Beautiful. I love it. All right, perfect. So now this water reservoir is even deeper, which means I need to let some water flow through. So we're gonna quickly let that get filled up. Gonna slow down our water wheels a little bit, but that's fine. But now we have an additional reservoir full of water to keep our crops happy, and also to keep our, production, keep our crops growing. And also just so we have more storage for water when the drought inevitably comes our way. Yeah, all right, and then once at a certain height, we can just seal it back up again. Perfect, that's fine. And then as the water will start flowing back through the water wheel, it'll flood a little bit, not a big deal. All right. I think I've reached a point where I can go use the restroom, right? I think. This thing should deflood itself soon enough. There's a lot of unemployed beavers. They'll find jobs at some point, I'm sure. We do need to figure out the food problem, though. So, my next immediate goal, solve the food shortages that we are going to be dealing with very, very quickly. All right. You can look at it from... Let's see, what's a nice angle that I can have you all gawk at this? There's no camera mode, unfortunately. I think this is a good angle. I'll be right back. Let's go. There we go. I remember what I was going to talk about. So, remember that weird anime that peddles the reincarnation with like the whole reanimated historical figures? I'm pretty sure I know what the plan is. I'm fairly sure that the reason why they couldn't do the true to the manga aesthetic for the character is because they're saving it for the Blu-ray release. My logic is that they don't want to offend Western sensibilities, and also it's kind of just weird to have that air on TV. So they're like, all right, what if we just save it for the Blu-ray release where people are going to care less, but for TV releases and for this release that's going to be on streaming sites, let's just keep it safe as possible. I'm fairly sure that's the logic. And I'm almost 100% sure that's exactly what's going to happen. You know what? If they do Twitter regional blocking, I forgot you can do that now. Oh my god, I can't wait. I can start blocking regions I don't want to be looking at. There are some regions that should not be allowed on Twitter. Oh, I can't say that. That's mean. Everyone's entitled to a voice. Technically. It's just some voices maybe shouldn't be allowed to speak. Actually, what is a fill valve? Have I ever used this? One-way outlet that regulates the downstream water level. Oh, is this how you actually make like a proper dam? Oh my god, wait a second. I've never tried this. Maybe that's what I've been looking for this whole time. Maybe that's what I need. I might need to look into that. That seems very important to utilize. I wasn't gonna say which country, what region I plan on blocking, but you know, I think a lot of people are kind of tired of certain regions, and so I would not be surprised if some regions will be blocked very frequently in the near future. I will say not much more than that, but that's just how it is. Also, I can finally build the stupid big pumps. We need the fat pumps anyways to start getting more water out of here. It is kind of big though. It is like a 3. What is this? Needs 3 beavers, and it's like a 2x. I think I can. Okay, so I think I can get rid of this one, this, and I should be able to just plop down a large pump like there. Perfect. And then we'll just. This doesn't need power, I think. I don't know. Are you going to be blocking the Philippines? Isn't the Philippines basically just like the most terminally online country in the world? At least that's my understanding of how the Philippines operates. It's just like perpetually online, can never be free from it, which I think is kind of amusing. Like I said, I've seen some stuff on Filipino YouTube, and I think it was really funny. Ray was talking to me one day, and how she was watching. She's like, "Oh man, this V singer sounds amazing," and then she's like, "Oh my god, they're Filipino," and then she's like, "Wow, this other V singer sounds really great," and then she's like, "Oh god, they're also Filipino," and she's like, she's learning that apparently a lot of her favorite V singers just happen to be Filipino. And I'm like, "Yup, they're everywhere. You can't escape it. There's a lot of Filipinos. They're just everywhere. Your favorite streamer might be a Filipino. You never know. Okay, and that could be one of the greatest curses, to find out that a streamer you really enjoy is actually Filipino. What a tragedy that would be. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you agree? That'd be like, man, that'd kind of suck. Who could ever be a Filipino streamer in this day and age? You know what I mean? That's crazy. Oh wait, so I wanted to break down this, I want to make this like a straight path from here to here. So we're gonna just start adding a bit more dynamite to do exactly that. What do you mean? Okay, let's try. I'm Filipino, I'm sorry. But this is common knowledge. This is not new information to people. This should be like, oh yeah, that's right. But maybe to some people it is new, I don't know. Let's also just bomb this out. Is that too much to bomb out? I think that's actually too much. I don't want to bomb all that out. Yeah, let's not bomb all this. That seems a little excessive. Not that one. No, there's no easy way to do this, so I have to keep doing it this way. So we're gonna bomb that out, and that should clear up that more space. And then we'll also do the same thing up here. Oh, look at this. Wait, hold on. Here's the pylons. Look, we have zipline based transportation systems now. Look at him. Look at this little goober flying around. Oh my god, wait, this is so good. It actually closes a lot of the transportation distance now because we have this. It's so good. We have zip lines. Wait, this could be the central zip line station. Oh my god, wait, it's so good. It's so good. They can actually just fly over so many different things. I love it. We've done it. This is peak. I actually love this. This is great. Now if we can just keep doing that for other areas, we could really do some crazy things. So maybe we'll make like an actual dedicated zipline station. What I should probably do is make this taller. Maybe make this warehouse taller and we just put it on top of the warehouses. It is really game changing, so it's like the same, it's just the same vibe. It's kind of neat. I like it. Hold on, I'm also gonna. This is. Wait, am I digging this enough too? Yeah, I need to dig this out one more. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna also dig out this tile here. Just kind of go all the way. That's fine. Oh shoot. Oh, it's all water's bad tide. Oh no. Okay, so I did not prepare for this. I'm trying to think how it's only one day, right? Could I survive one day of bad tide? I think as long as this water reservoir is okay, we might be able to survive the bad tide. The crops are gonna die, but we should have enough to survive one day. Yeah, you can see the land is beginning to rot and decay. Ooh, it's flooding, which is also really bad. Because I think a lot of the beavers are gonna get sick now because if they have to walk through bad tide, they're gonna get sick. No, because it's turning the natural water source into a bad water. So all we have to do is just try to survive with all of our crops dying. Now they will take some time to die, so it's not that big of a deal. But some beavers will begin to get sick. So for example, this one is contaminated, and so it's gonna take some time. So I have to just be a little careful. What I really need to do is set up a outflow so that if I detect bad water, it will just redirect, say, this water from here and just channel it in there. But that's a project we have to worry about later. On the other hand, we are at least getting a decent amount of power, so that at least we can keep projects going. But yeah, for now, it's just hold out until we have clean water, and as long as we have enough food to keep everyone fed, it's not a big deal. But we really need to figure out how we're going to feed everyone. We have 143 beavers, and food is becoming an actual issue that we have to worry about. So just keep that in mind as we try to figure out like how we're going to keep everyone fed, and it's just not easy. Thankfully, again, it's just one day, but I think later on they do get longer, and it will take a little bit of time for the bad water to recede and be replaced with proper, clean, fresh water. And that's why we have this extra reservoir here. So now you can see, okay, now the bad water is replaced with the good water. And it, in theory, should all flow out, and the bad water should be purged. Although, the problem is over here, because this is stagnant water. I think it eventually will get flushed out, but it's going to take some time. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're wondering what's going on. I may need to maybe fill this in and get rid of this. The bad water is too bad, and it's going to be wreak havoc on us. Yeah, see? It's kind of hard to force that stagnant pond, but I think the clean water will force its way in, displacing it eventually. We'll give it some time, and I'll keep an eye on it. But if it remains stagnant, I will have to probably get rid of that small inlet. On the other hand, we can now detonate this, so detonate. Beautiful. Look at that. So now this water is going to flow even better. I think. Hopefully. Did I never build more path here? Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, see, this water is just not going to go away, I think. The only way to fix it is to flood it, I think, or we just... Because you can see it's like, some of it's coming out. I think the only way to do this is... I think I have to drain it. I might just seal it. We're just gonna reclaim that land, honestly. Yeah, I think we're just gonna reclaim that land. Here's my plan. We're just gonna slap down a bunch of levees, probably. I would like to put dirt, but we have not gotten any dirt yet. Although I guess we can afford to build a dirt excavator. We have the power to do so, so as long as we can just keep this fed with electricity, it's not a big deal. Oh, 50 metal? Oh my gosh, this is expensive. Alright, that's fine. This is gonna be our primary project anyways, get this built. Just dig into the riverbed and that'll be fine. Okay. Hollow Advent Mahjong set, including carrying case with original artwork by Limochi Fuomoko. Thing is, do you play Mahjong in real life? Could you justify getting it so you could play Mahjong with friends, or it's not? Well, it was worth asking. I'm not gonna lie, I do not know how to play Mahjong in real life. I only know how to do it when it's in a funny video game. $140. Yeah, you're paying for that Fuomoko branding. Don't you want to support your favorite doggo VTubers? Actually, I'm curious about this. What is this? $400. Oh my god, that price is insane. Wow, it really is just Fuomoko coded. It's actually kind of nice, actually. I kind of like it. Oh my god, I can't justify that though. Oh, it even comes with a playmat too. And all the chips. Oh my god. And there's some of the what's her crazy name? Shiori. Oh, there's this Hololive Advent in general. Okay. We got Shiori, Fuomoko, Narissa, and Bibu. Okay, I see it now. That's actually kind of neat. I dig it. If I was if I played Mahjong, I'd be interested, but I am not someone who plays Mahjong in person, so that the product is not meant for me, realistically. I need to make more storage for the nice wood. Where is my wood? Oh, here it is, the wood workshop. I thought I had a storage for this, but I guess not. I'm gonna turn this one into the nice planks. I cannot because it only goes in this plank thing. Okay, so that's why. I guess what I'm gonna do for now is I don't need this one, and then let's just quickly slap down one of these and one of these, and we can use these to store other bulk goods that I can't be bothered to store anywhere else. So this one will go for this one, and this one is scrap metal, so we need one for standard metals. And then that should be our main source. We need one for dirt too, but that's a different problem. One day I'd like to have cool merchandise, but for now, the docky is all you're gonna get. Oh my god, I have 38 unemployed beavers. I guess I'm gonna just... You know what? I need more builders. Where can I slap down more builders? No, we need more farmers. I need more food. The amount of food we have is actually just not nearly enough. We're all gonna starve at this point. Okay, so let's no longer plant crops here. Except for these potatoes here are fine. And then there's like a very small amount of land here that could be requisitioned for crops, but that might also be kind of a disaster. We could grow cattails over here, which actually might be fine. Actually, that's probably the correct thing to do. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, we need the other water crops. We're using cattails. Why don't we grow some spatterdock? Grow some spatterdock, like, here is fine. And then we just need to put an aquatic farmhouse. And then I just need to take this one tile here. And then I can add a staircase. And then that should allow us to grow some spatterdock. And because spatterdock is another form of food that we can make use of. But anyways, yeah, that is a really cool piece of merchandise. If it didn't cost like an arm and a leg, but what do I know? I am just a filthy peasant who can't afford cool VTuber merchandise. I did not wipe yet. Why does everyone assume that I'm bad at this game and we're just gonna lose? We're very good at surviving. Oh, that beaver's stuck. Can I... Alright, well, I'm gonna destroy this so he can be free. Okay, then I have to rebuild that shaft. I don't know how our beavers keep getting stuck. But they need to stop doing that. Okay. I think I can add one more power wheel. I will say I am very glad that these zip lines do not use power. Like, I'm so glad these things just exist. How are you, Immortal? You managed to wipe, but you managed to bring it back? Well, I'm glad, because in this run, hopefully no one explodes, but there's a very high chance people die. I kind of want to build that tunnel out, because if I build that tunnel, we could maybe irrigate this area, and we could set up a zip line to that location. And this could be... That's a lot of crop space. In fact, I think we're going to try that. Need to figure out how I'm going to do that, though. In fact, you aren't using the river chokes for my power system? Oh, no, I made my own. Look at this. I made my own really cool power thingy right here. It's completely unnecessary, and I spent a lot of resources doing it, but it generates an okay amount of power. Not nearly enough to feed our entire power need, but it works. Also, it floods occasionally. You can flood an entire river down a single wheel, but I don't want to. Actually, wait, even if I tunnel this, it's not really going to generate a lot of power, right? Because this thing only generates so much flow. If I actually dam it up, could I increase the flow? Oh, well, I have single wheels producing 100 each. Yeah, the zip lines you don't have to maintain at all. Like, they just exist. Like, the fact that they don't need power is crazy. But I'm not going to complain, as long as it functions. Oh, you can actually make it like a whole train system, too. Wait, that's kind of nuts. Oh, you can actually just connect them. I kind of want to do that. That sounds really nice. Anyways, we got to get these beavers some jobs, so... I think what I'm going to do is I want to open up this area to here, which means I'm going to need to build a tunnel. Wait, I got to dig through the... here. I'm going to need to build... I'm going to need a tunnel through this, which is going to be quite expensive. But let's at least research this. How much place I have? I have enough to do this, right? Ooh, that's gonna be expensive. All right, we'll try it. Okay, so first and foremost, we gotta get beavers over there. I think we're just gonna walk over there, quite frankly. I don't think we need to set up another pylon to travel up there. So let's start building the path to get there, because this will solve our food problems, maybe, possibly. We'll pretend like it does. Guess we'll do this. One there, and then I think we can just use the spiral stairs. We might as well make use of these things because it's efficient, space efficient. Actually, no. Right here. Okay, so let's do this. 1, 2, 3. This up like that. But yeah, Immortal, anyways, this is not meant to be super efficient. This is meant to be me experimenting and learning how to get better at the game and make cool things, because isn't half the fun of a game like this to be experimenting with designs, even if they don't work super efficiently? Or are you saying that I must be efficient at all times, or it's not worth it? Both of which are valid options. I think I'm gonna get more builders, honestly. I think I'm just gonna... I just need more builders. I don't know what to do with all these unemployed people. So, I guess just add more of these and add some decorations for fun. I think I have like 3 or 4, so I'm adding more. I currently have 2, probably a third one somewhere. I have 3 builders' huts. 2 builders' huts. And like 2 hauling posts, so we're just gonna make a few builder huts and call it a day. So there's one contaminated adult. So I know he's sick. Wait, is he crazy? Oh, he is crazy. Contaminated by bad water. Okay, wait, so what do I do if they're contaminated? Okay, so you need an herbalist. An herbalist requires paper, berries, and other things. Okay, so we cannot cure contamination right now. Okay. So we'll need paper. Okay, I have an idea. I think we're gonna need more production. I don't think this is enough production facilities. Yeah, I know I can grow more berries and dandelions. Now, thankfully, we do have a little bit of space here, which is fine. So why don't we do that for now? We have a bit of green space. Why don't we grow... These are sunflowers. We need dandelions and berries. Okay, so why don't we grow some dandelions here. Oh, these are foresters. Okay. Yeah, I need the forester. Let's see. Where could I... Oh, wait. This area's... Oh, wait. Hold on. I forgot. This area's, This area works now for growing. All right, perfect. I solved that problem. Okay, so two things. One, I'm gonna put another zipline station here, because then I can just connect it over there. I'm sure I'll redesign this at a later point. Oh wait, better idea. Hold on. What I should do actually is I'm gonna put 2 storages here. 1, 2, because then I can put a... Yeah, actually, wait, this is fine. I think I like how this is gonna pan out. Okay, so that's fine. That's flooded. We'll worry about that later. How is that thing still flooded? Do I need to add another levee? I might have to add another levee, like, right... Hold on. I may need to add another levee, like, right here to protect that. Okay, so here's my plan. This will store... Okay, so I need to store dandelions and berries. Okay, so that's fine. Let's first hook this into the grid. I definitely need to increase the flow of the water here. Like, this is not very efficient. It functions kind of barely. Not really, but we're trying. Okay, so then I'm gonna add a... I don't know what this one is. What is the horizontal beam? Oh, okay. So if you want to design it slightly differently, that's fine. So I'm going to add a platform here. And then I'm going to put the forester. So many things to do to make sure that we can actually grow what we need is the problem. The forester probably on top if I really wanted to. I think what I'll do is I'll put it sideways like this. Just try to keep everything kind of somewhat efficient. Oh, you mean here? Probably. Well, I think what I'm going to do for now is actually this one right here. I can just like decrease this down to 0.8 and it should be fine. It'll probably make it a little faster. So we'll put that out. Then we need to build paths because of course we do. So 1, 2, and then go 3, 4. Okay. And now we have all this area for growing crops. So I don't know how many we're gonna need, but since I want to store a lot, why don't we grow dandelions up here? Because it's kind of neat, and then we'll go down here as well for more dandelions. And then this entire area down here will be for berries. And then we need to generate paper, so let's get that real quick. I think what I'm gonna do is we'll set up another storage here. Actually, let me think. Paper is made from wood, and it requires electricity, so I guess I'll just put it here. It's not that big, right? I'm starting to get into the idea of just putting like production facilities on top of storage like this. I don't know if it's efficient, but probably fine. And then as long as you can just find a way to hook in there. This entire design's already like a giant mess, so I'm not even worried too much about it. Okay, look at that. And now this one can store paper. Just like that. Okay. And then now we'll have berries and all that other stuff. And then once this thing is built, we can have it hook into this connection here. Ah, just kidding. I cannot because the stupid forester is actually in the way. Okay, alternative idea. Let's redesign this a little bit. Why don't I put the zipline station over here? Oh my god. I'm making this more difficult than it needs to be. Okay, let's put this back actually. And then I think what we'll do is we'll take this area here and we'll put the forester here. It's probably not that big of a deal. The forester's only like, what, a 2x2? I'm pretty sure it's only a 2x2 facility, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah. Oh my god, that's right. You can mirror buildings now. Back in the day, you couldn't mirror buildings. Back in my day, you had to work with whatever the game gave you. And it was a hassle, so it's way easier. Kids these days playing this have it so much easier. I tell you what. Okay, so I think the main problem is we don't have enough metal blocks. Because I think we ran out of scrap. Or we're not making enough. Yeah. I mean, at the very least, like, this works. I'm pretty sure I can add an additional water wheel. Like, I'm sure I could just add, like, another stack here. And it wouldn't cause any problems. I do want to keep that center line... Actually, no, I don't need that anymore. There's no elevators in this game, right? Maybe in a mod there's elevators, but we don't have elevators. So we'll work with what we got. For now, the biggest issue is the lack of gears and the lack of metal blocks. The metal blocks we're cooking as fast as we can, but 2 hours for a single one is kind of rough. Yeah. At the very least, we have enough of everything else. Oh, there we go. That was easy. Okay, so now this area is a lot more... Oh, shoot. Okay, I forgot to actually build stairs for this thing. So let me fix that real quick. Like that. So this is mostly like, again, a lot of this is so that all the people are telling me, why don't you actually play the game and build things? I am building things right now as we speak. Isn't that crazy? You're seeing actual progress being made also. I think we're tunneling, maybe. It's gonna take a while to tunnel through that. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit to tunnel over there. It just take, like, our beavers take forever to walk around. Maybe I need to have more builders. I lost track of how many builders I have, honestly. Maybe we need more haulers, too. Haulers carry goods, increasing their productivity. With how many buildings we have, we could justify another one. Okay, regardless, we also need to find out where I'm going to store the spatter dock. The main thing we need spatter dock for is because you can cook spatter dock into grilled spatter dock, which means we're going to need another grill. I don't know the recipe, however. Spatter dock is used to just create... Oh, you just grill it, okay. It's just, yeah, it's literally just water potatoes, but one turns into 3, which is a pretty good ratio, I would say. So maybe we put the grill right next to it? Well, that might actually not be a bad idea. Actually, this can expand even further. We We also need more water pumps, I think, too. But we don't have enough gears to justify making more water pumps. Well, you know what? Listen, the beavers demand potatoes. I will give them the potatoes that they so desire. For the potatoes will keep them healthy and happy. That's probably enough space, right? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Yes. Look at Pajadi and Alain working together. Yeah, I could definitely add more water wheels, so it's probably not a big of a deal. This is probably the next big goal. I think I actually ran out of planks. Oh my god. Even with all these lumber mills, it's not enough. I legitimately need more lumber mills. Can I stack these production facilities on top of each other? Can I make like just a giant tower of... Oh, you know what? I think with overhangs, I can. Okay, so... I think I could do it. Oh, wait, I didn't realize we had metal platforms. Wait, this would have been way easier than using the overhangs. I should have read my options a little better. And this is actually perfectly sized so you can make an aqueduct. How do you actually make this go higher? Yes, what is your suggestion for the unemployed folk? Also, I think my music list actually ended. Wow, we actually... No, it actually didn't. The next one. Da, da, da. Oh, the inventor huts. I actually got rid of my inventor huts, amusingly enough. Because I was like, oh, I already have observatories. Why do I need inventor huts? They are not necessary for our production. I'm gonna need more storage space soon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep expanding this a little bit further. And then I can't afford the underground pile, can I? Ooh, stores 1,000 units. I would love to put down the underground pile eventually. I need this one to store, I think, dirt. We should have dirt now. Just kidding. I apparently never built my dirt excavator yet. It's okay. We generate enough off of the observatories, and I'd rather have the spares ready to go for when I need to give them a job. So that's kind of why I'm just kind of leaving them alone. Okay, are they actually digging that out now, or is it not reachable? Sometimes the game will complain things aren't reachable. It's not reachable. Okay. So why don't we add another one down here, and then that should be fully reachable, I think. Because again, I'm trying to build a tunnel from here to here, going underneath the trees that are above us. Also, we may need to consider investing into the underground ruins at some point to generate more scrap. We are actually running out of scrap metal, which is the more surprising part. In fact, probably the easiest solution is just add more scavenging huts. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Yeah, they need jobs. Hello, sir. Hello, Arctic Fox. How are you doing? Let's give them jobs. Someone's got to scavenge it, so why not give it to the unemployed? Okay. I really like these zip lines. I think what I want to do is make like a central hub where all the zip lines kind of converge on, and then they can just take any of them to go to specific areas that they have to go to. I think that'd be a way cooler way of approaching this. Because this area is still a little far despite having access to a zip line just due to the fact that it's far, I think. Oh, it's not even built yet, that's why. Okay. Yes, we're sending them to the mines, but the mines will be good to them. That's why we do it. We send them to the mines because we love them and we care for them. That is my logic, and I'm totally not saying that because I'm an insane individual. I'm actually getting really full on explosives too. Maybe... Why is this one not functioning? Oh, I forgot to hook this to power grid. All right, let's fix that. Okay. Let's do 2 vertical shafts should be fine. Exactly, it builds character. 1,000 beavers to the mines. The mines will give them strength and endurance and durability. Also, I'm just gonna steal some water real quick. I haven't set up automation yet, but I need to make sure this reservoir is full at all times. We're just gonna pivot some of the water away from the mills. We're gonna cut their power speed in half until this is a full reservoir. It's gonna take a while. It is a fairly deep reservoir. And it should never overflow anyways, so that's fine. But if I start splitting it to a third way, it's gonna get even worse, isn't it? Yeah, that's my biggest concern. Like, if I move and allow it to go a third direction, aka here, well, it's gonna get, like, really hard to, it's gonna get, like, really hard to get water flowing. Oh, we still need to set up the bad water channel. Okay, how do I set up the... I'm trying to think how I'm gonna set up the bad water channel. If we have bad water, I want it to flow over here and leave this area alone. It's basically like my goal. So I think the only correct way to do this is... It's already this high. I'm pretty sure if I just add a... If I add a throttling valve, a one-way water outlet with adjustable flow rate, a fill valve regulates downstream water level, or a floodgate. I don't really know how to use those other devices yet. Maybe at some point I'll learn. Because it seems like, can these turn off? There's, okay, let's just unlock it real quick. I don't know how this operates. These also require a lot of materials that I just don't really want to spend right now. We don't have planks or metal. What is the Pokepia game? A box of survival crash and Pokemon? Yes, it is! Ray's been playing it a lot, and I've heard so many good reviews about Pokepia. I honestly want to buy it. If I had a Switch 2, I would be playing it. It's basically like Animal Crossing meets Pokemon meets post-apocalyptic Kanto region. Also, hello, Atheon. The water managing things were hard for you to understand. How much have you played this? It's not connected to any district center by paths. What do you mean? Oh, shoot, I forgot to build a path here. There we go. Now this functions. Okay, so now we can start growing the berries and whatnot because we have like a crazy beaver. But yeah, Pokepia basically takes place in a post-apocalyptic Kanto region. So it got rid of humans, and you're playing as a Ditto who's trying to, I guess, take care of all the Pokemon. And I think you essentially transform into your past trainer that you can customize. It's really interesting. And I've seen a lot of the lore of Pokepia, and it's dark. Like, it's actually surprisingly deep. And I'm like, man, I actually dig this a lot. If I had a Switch 2, I would be playing Pokepia unironically. It's such a cool concept. And it's like the highest rated Pokemon game of all time now. I'm like, man, that's cool. I want it. But unfortunately, I don't own it, so ain't happening anytime soon. Look at that. They're continuing to tunnel. How far are we in the tunneling project? We're actually getting there. Add more pathway here. Can beavers drown? I don't remember. We're not gonna talk about the Typhlosion lore. The Typhlosion lore is definitely one of the lore bits of all time. It's up to you to interpret that lore however you want to interpret it. We've all heard the jokes. We all know the haha thing. And like, oh yeah, didn't you know the beavers do the... Oh wait, the crazy person died. I guess I don't need to take care of them anymore. Still good to have berries, so it's fine. Okay, and then I need to figure out how I'm going to figure this. Anyways, how are you doing, Ithiana? I'm trying to figure out how to set up like a way to divert the nasty water away. So my choices are either use floodgates or perhaps use a fill valve, but I'm not sure how the fill valves operate. And so that's the part I'm like, kind of curious to see how this works out. So if I had like a fill valve here, how does this actually solidify or stop the bad water from flowing? Does it at all? This also requires a lot of metal, so I'm like very wary to build this. Also, the plank amount is a lot. I'm actually gonna just build more lumber mills because God, we need so much wood. I don't think I can build these on top of them, right? Actually, no, I have an idea. Since I want to build on top of these, what if I build a... How do I make this go higher? I don't think I can make this go higher, right? think what I have to do is I have to add a platform, maybe? Yes, you can fix terrain tainted by the bad water. Honestly, the easiest way to do it is just to seal the bad water off. So for example, I can build a cap on this bad water source, and then it will just not make any more bad water. And then it's just all clean, or the land can be, is no longer tainted. However, it is quite expensive. You might notice the bad water dome, which is the capper, costs 200 gear and a lot of metal and steel. And then if you want the rig so you can turn it on and off or still extract water from it, it's going to cost you even more. So that's kind of like the thing. You do use bad water in some projects that we're not really using, but it is something to keep in mind. You can also make robots. I'm not really sure how that operates, but it's a choice that you can do somewhere in science. Yeah, you can make bots to autonomously do certain tasks, and you can convert things into oil. Oh yeah, it's really funny too. So we're playing the normal beavers. If you're playing the Iron Teeth, which are like the more industrial beavers, they don't actually breed normally. They grow their baby beavers in growth vats. And so you have to keep making sure you have a much tighter population control. But yeah, it's quite interesting. I wish I was joking, but that is legitimately how it works. Yeah, have you ever seen this? That's how the Iron Teeth work. Hold on, let me show you real quick. I'll show you real quick. I thought I've mentioned this like a bunch of times. So, yeah, if you play the Iron Teeth, right? Let's just hop into, I don't know, Hollows is fine. I've not really played the Iron Teeth either. I've seen like a few videos on them. I'm not really gonna play them. I'm just here to show you exactly what I'm talking about. And then we'll go back to the main save of San Beaver Cisco. It's quite interesting. Anyways, you have test. So you might notice you have like a bunch of beavers, right? But the way you actually have to grow the beavers is here, breeding pods. The Iron Teeth's preferred and only way to reproduce. You have to give nutrients to the breeding pod, aka water and berries, and it will produce, eventually in time, a baby Iron Teeth. And then you can also get the advanced one, which makes them grow immediately into adults instead of having them become, start as a child. So those are your choices. You can grow them as a baby, or you can just have fully formed adults ready to go. And then here's your normal housing. Their housing is a lot more compact and stores more people. It's like this large barracks holds 16 people over like a 3x3x2 area, or you can have like this really thin row houses. So it's going to be way more compact, but you have to make sure you can keep feeding them. They also have a lot more interesting tech options if you're interested in that. Like a deep mechanical fluid pumps. Basically, this is very unique because it can take fluids from, say, one side and dump it on the other side of it, right? So you can have much tighter control over your water sources. And then their food, obviously, like, you have hydroponic gardens, so you can stack them. Basically, if you like Factorio, you play the Iron Teeth. Okay? Like, you literally have food factories that turn things into rations. You can make coffee. I mean, you still have to get wood and all that stuff, so a lot of these are still the same things. But yeah, if you're more factory oriented, then the Iron Teeth is probably the better option for you. For example, yeah, you have, like, we've been using like a small water wheel, but they have like a big water wheel, and then you have like, like the manual operated water wheel. So it depends on what you want to do, but I haven't really played them myself. I kind of like the wood core aesthetic of the normal beavers, but I would definitely be fine trying the Iron Teeth at some point. Satisfactory 1.2 is interesting. What are they adding in 1.2? I've never drank coffee. I don't like coffee. I should try. Maybe tomorrow I'll make a cup of joe in the office K-cup machine and see how that pans out. I should play more Satisfactory. I've been meaning to play more Factorio. I like factory games. I know I can play it on the Steam Deck now, but I haven't gotten around to trying it out. Let's see how this looks. It's almost... By the way, we've almost fully taken care of this tunnel. I'm actually not sure if it's going to flow water in there correctly, but we'll find out. I will find out how this pans out. Australian coffee, American coffee was not. I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between American coffee and Australian coffee. It's all the same to me. It's just coffee, or whatever you want to call it. It's all the same to me. Okay. I mean, to be fair, like most of my... Oh, shoots. Yeah, so there's a bad tide in 3 days. I didn't get a chance to seal this off yet. I think the easiest way to do this right now, since I'm super lazy and I don't have an easy, clean way to do this, is I'm going to do this. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do this real quick. I don't have a clean way of setting this up. So we're going to see if we can quickly build this out. And then just make sure this is max height. And then so the bad water should flow over here for now. I think. We need to set up some additional like testers, but for now let's just get this built. This is probably gonna kill our speed here, but not a big deal. While I'm doing this, I also like to add additional levies here. No, I know it's not supposed to flow. Well, it's a temporary barrier, right? So as long as this is higher than that barrier, it should be fine. At least that's my logic. By the way, yeah, look at all that stagnant, nasty water. Ugh, gross, disgusting. How horrifying it is that we must look and gaze upon that. These beavers should be happy. They're getting their water needs taken care of. But yeah, no, this is all part of my plan, I think. Also, this should be finishing up soon, right? We've almost actually dug this out as well. I've been using a lot of my wood, so I need to get more wood production going. But it's not a big deal. I just don't know where I'm going to put it. It's a little cramped, as you might have noticed. Actually, what I can probably do is I can add it here. And then just add a copy of the lumber mill. Like that. Perfect. Because as long as they're all touching each other, they will just steal power from one another, I think. If not, I'll just add another power shaft and it should be fine. What do you mean coffee price? I don't know what prices coffee normally is. I've seen coffee prices in, say, Starbucks, and I'm like, wow, this is awful. Who can afford to eat coffee with these prices? That's kind of like my my thinking. I look at the prices of coffee and I'm just like, this is a little nuts. So have a good night, son. Rest well. Okay, this is the raw food, right? Yeah, this is the raw ingredients. We have a decent amount of cattail crackers. Probably need more storage for that at some point. Yeah, I need more storage for foods. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Okay, so this is losing a little bit of speed. But, look, our irrigation project has borne fruit. It's slow, but I am slowly making the world a greener place. See that? Unfortunately, the way it's set up is that it will just kind of outflow to this void here in the side, but it's going to be bad water in a second, so I can't really use it right now. But at least I know this has worked. Isn't it beautiful? The map is slowly getting greener. I love it. The regular instant and ground coffee is up? What do you mean by that? Okay, so then I need to find a way to flow water into this without flooding it. I want this to have nice... Oh, wait. I think if I dam this up here, and then I can dig this out here, and then this barrier can be destroyed, and then once this river flows, it fills up. Yeah, I think we can use this area to fill this lake. And I think that way I can finally have the greenery that I've been looking for to give these rich citizens a beautiful lakeside view that I promised them many, many cycles ago. Oh god, this thing needs to be built like ASAP. I need this built like now. I don't think I'll have enough planks. I guess we'll see. But it's looking like we might not be able to build it fast enough. Oh geez, the water stopped. Oh well, stop right now because of this. Yeah, let's here, I'll let it flow freely. There we go. Get it going. Just get me my planks. I'm sure there's better ways to make electricity. Obviously, this is not probably the best way. I could probably add a couple of windmills and it would probably not cause any major issues. At some point, I will also need to build a mine, which is fairly large. But as long as there's enough space, I probably want to build batteries in the near future too. This thing is... I don't think we're going to be able to seal this up fast enough, which is my biggest concern. Okay, no, we did. Okay. I'm hoping that my strategy is gonna work, and I'm gonna be able to at least flow the bad water out. This area here will need to be deleted at some point. I'd probably demolish and then maybe put like another dam or something. We can automate this, actually. Let's learn automation. I have no idea how any of this works, but we'll learn together. Okay, so one of these will check contamination, so I could be like, all right, what is the contamination level of the water? But it needs to be touching the water, I think, is the main concern. Maybe it can just be in the water. But once we can set up like contamination measurements, we can start to automatically seal water that we don't want to be dealing with, right? I think our reservoirs should be deep enough, I hope. Yeah, but we're not going to be able to have any power for a little bit, so I'm hoping we can get all the production we need now, because we're going to seal this off for about a day and hope that we can just survive. But, you know, it's part of the learning process and learning how to make cool stuff. Australians are more espresso nerds. I've seen that also said of, like, Italians, how Italians love coffee and espresso, and that's all they drink. Because they know not how to drink other beverages. Because espresso is an Italian word. It means coffee or something. Okay. Let's see if this works. So I have to survive 2 days on a bad tide. So we've stopped the flow. And it's going to the other direction now, which is exactly what I want. So as long as it's not flooding it, that's fine. Ooh, it might flood. Because I'm basically doubling the amount of flow going through this corridor. Okay. It seems like it's working fine. That's good. It is flooding a little bit down here. In fact, this could probably generate a ton of electricity. Because there's like a lot of water sources flowing through this. We could probably use this for water. Like I said, I don't think there's a way to convert bad water into clean water, because we're the hippie faction. A lot of Italians in Australia, actually. Is there really that many Italians in Australia? I guess I wouldn't be surprised. Survive. It's not that big of a deal. But lack of power again. Kind of rough. It mostly means that we can't really make a lot of, like, say, grist, like, can't make more flowers, but I think that's fine. In the meanwhile, we can start to keep... Oh, shoot, yeah, that's fine. I knew this was going to be happening. Oh, the trees are dead, too. Oh, that's tragic. Yep, those trees are dead. Unfortunate. They were growing at some point, and now they're gone. Alas, they were not meant to live. Oh, well. I will say, you can build contamination barriers to stop the contamination from reaching too deep into your area if you really care, but I don't think it's really necessary for us to do so, which is why we haven't done it. As long as this just doesn't dry out, it's fine. But I do want to automate this. I think what I can do is if I can add a water level sensor. How does this work? Okay. I can't do that because there's too many buildings. But what I should be able to do... I think what I have to do is actually get rid of the floodgate. And I need to replace it with like a fill valve, which will regulate the level of the downstream, I think. I think that makes sense, right? But again, I'd have to replace this entire bottom section, which means I have to delete this and hope that I don't destroy everything. But let's be real, it's going to destroy everything. So that might be a little concerning, but we can try it. I really don't know how this downstream... I think I have an idea. We'll see. Because I'd like to automate it so I don't have to keep, like, manually controlling this. Okay, Garm desires that we become made again with our tags. Sure. We're no longer uninsured beavers. I have to make this one word, by the way. Made. Sure. Oh my god, I did it twice. I can't type this. Made. Hello, Garm. How are you doing, comrade? You had a thought while playing Fire Rise, if the US collapse, you'd see pirates armed with nuclear submarines? I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about a nuclear apocalypse in my current timeline. I will continue living in the reality where everything is fine and we're not gonna all explode. At least this thing's almost done. Hopefully we don't run into a bad water event. Droughts are fine, I guess. I probably need to set up like start capturing this for power. If I just make it like a very straight path, we could really capture this bad water for lots and lots of electricity. Actually, no, probably this one is more important. This one actually doesn't flow very fast. I'm surprised. I'm actually not sure how to make it flow faster, other than adding more. Alright. The water is clean and no longer toxic to our lives. Let the water flow yet again. Oh shoot, I forgot to we didn't wash out all the bad water yet. Well, I'm sure that'll be a problem for later. That's fine, I think. Maybe I should have delayed it a little bit before I did that. Okay, so I want to empty this reservoir. And since we have time right now, I want to try to empty it out so we can do some additional work. Since we have time, what I think I can do is I'm gonna start letting the water flow freely out of this floodgate, right? So I'm gonna lower the level. It's gonna be a little rough, but maybe I shouldn't have done that. That's fine. We'll leave it at 7.5. And then I'm gonna start lowering this floodgate slowly. I mean, if I could probably just be done with it and just completely... Hey, you know what? Hey, want to see something funny? Let's save the game before I do this. I'm just gonna empty this completely. Just flood it all out. I need to empty the reservoir. This probably will actually fill this up hilariously enough. And the water will self-correct. So we're just gonna drown everyone for a quick second. They'll be fine. There we go. Okay, so the drowning was successful. I'm gonna crank this back up to 0.85. Okay, so now we have an opportunity to actually do some rebuild this area. I'm gonna try doing this. I understand how this works. I think I add a fill valve like this. Yeah. And then we can add the like a levee on top. Like that. And then this will hopefully be the design of a new water system, maybe? I have no idea. We'll see. We'll see if this idea works or if I am just a fool pretending like I know what I'm doing. Also, we have so much spatter dock, but I actually have no idea. I have no place to store it or cook it, so we're gonna do it right here. So let's add storage. We're gonna make a big fat storage for spatter dock. And then an equally fat storage for cooked spatter dock. Like that. And then we'll put the storage for the... Actually, wait, I have an idea. Wait, can I make like... Wait a second, I can do this. Hold on. I have a genius idea for making a design. It's gonna eat up all my planks again, but that's okay. I can do it like this, and then... I think the way you can do this is what, too high? So can this one. And then I should be able to add a spiral here, and then add another one here. Oh, wait, look, we have compact designs for storage now. And then what I'm gonna do is that this one is gonna be strictly for spatter dock, and this is gonna be for the cooked variants of said food, grilled spatter dock and grilled spatter dock. And then I need to... Oh wait, hold on. I can go even higher. We can add grills on top of these. Or maybe not. Maybe that's not a good spot. We'll put it like here. I think the grill's kind of hanging out here is fine. And then this one will be grilled spatterdock. Grilled spatterdock. We do need to grow chestnuts at some point too, which is I keep forgetting about. Okay, so how does this work? Regulates the down... Okay, here we go. So... Oh, that's... Wait, this is perfect. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Okay, I got it. This is so good. Okay, so then this is going to cap at 0.9. We got to figure out what to do with this one, too. There's, like, a lot of water flowing through this, which is not ideal. I may need to reroute this water somewhere else, but I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet. Because it's constantly flooding this. Maybe if I just add another, like, levee, maybe it'll stop flooding, but I'm too lazy to fix that. Oh, wait. And then I can finally get rid of these floodgates, I think. I get rid of these. No, let's keep the floodgates for now, but let's fill the reservoir. Okay. So there we go, our first bit of automation, kind of. And so now we just got to fill this reservoir up. And now it's not going to let any water through unless the water level's too low. See? It's automatically doing it. So I no longer have to interfere with trying to keep this. So basically, during a drought, it will automatically ensure that this, like, river where we're growing all these crops will always have just enough water to function. And that's kind of like the whole goal with whatever nonsense I've just been up to. Does it make sense what I've been trying to do? Okay, we got to get this reservoir filled up now, too. So how are we going to get all the way there? All right, well, time to get some stairs going, because we're going to need to start using some stairs. One. I think I got to go here, and then 2, 1. Okay, hopefully our pawns can walk all the way up here. Beavers can walk all the way up here, and then we just got to start finding a way to open this up. I think to make this a little more consistent as well. Let me think. This needs to be at the same height. So we'll demolish these, and let's get some staircase going down here too. And since we have acquired 118 units of dynamite, we're gonna dynamite this. If I can find where my dynamite button is. Yeah, okay, so I have an idea. So I think what I'm gonna do is we're going to... Oh, the music stopped. Hold on. What's another good video game relaxing city builder soundtrack that's not the same ones we do all the time? 2 hours of SimCity and the Sims music? Oh, actually, wait, that's a good idea. Sims 2 OST. The Sims... I miss The Sims 2, honestly. The Sims 2 is probably like one of the best Sims games of all time if you ever get a chance to play it. I highly recommend it. I could do Victoria. Actually, you know what I'm going to do after this stream? I'm going to play City Skylines because they came out with a new DLC that I'm very excited to play. I know not everyone cares about City Skylines, but I still have hope that the game has a future. Maybe I'm more hopeful than others, but I think there's a chance that the game will still find some successes. Let's just blow this up. That should be fine. And then we'll obviously blow this one up too once it's done. Oh, and we need to get over here and... Oh, shoot. We gotta blow up a lot, don't we? Okay, but I need to cancel that. Let's can this. I actually used to play a lot of Sims. Like, if you want some deep lore, I used to play a lot of, like, Sims 2 when I was a kid. And I was actually uploading to a website that... I don't know if it still exists, but there was a Sims fan site that I used to upload my builds to. I think it's long gone now, but I have fond memories of doing that. Okay, so I have to go at least 1, 2, 3, because I gotta go like 3 deep. Okay, so I think the easiest way to make this happen is we're going to use triple dynamite and we'll just blow this entire section up here. Sailwind currently fun if you like relaxing things like starving to death on the high seas. Why are you just starving to death on the high seas? That seems like a bad idea, but as long as you're alive, I guess it's fine? Question mark? I don't think I've played Sailwinds. I might have actually Sailwinds. Yeah, I've not played this myself. God, I miss the era of old tycoon games. There were so many good tycoon games in the mid-2000s. I mean, a lot of them were kind of janky, but it was a very popular genre. Now everything is just work slop. I hate the work slop genre so much. I saw like a video going around on Twitter. It's like, look, we made a game where you can run a 1995 video rental store. And I'm just like, cool. But I want like a proper... Why can't I just have this in a third-person perspective? Like as an omnipotent god? Why do I have to be in a first-person viewpoint? It bothers me so much. This work slop genre. I detest it so. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old angry grognard who hates fun. I'm like, I can't be hip and cool with the youngins anymore. I only know how to play old boring games. Alas, that's where... Oh, it flooded again. One day I'll get this to stop flooding. They hate me. Exactly, yeah. They hate me. They hate the fact that I only enjoy these this specific genre of game. They must make me suffer. By the way, we actually have a dirt excavator now. I actually have no idea. Does it actually make it go... Does it actually become dirt? Does it actually, like, make a hole? How does this work? Maybe it does. I'm actually kind of curious how this excavator works. But hey, if it's making me dirt, I don't care. Dirt is dirt. Dirt is useful. Dirt has purpose. So... We have so many things that need to be built, and I don't have enough planks for it. I'm actually running out of logs, surprisingly. Yeah, I might need to actually dedicate more space for trees. Probably once this entire stack of ruins are gone, we will begin developing, well, tree farms again, because we ran out. Thankfully, you only need wood to make a mine, and eventually the mines will make infinite. As long as you can keep making, what is that, treated planks? It's not a big deal. But yeah, I can't believe the tycoon gamers just like, developers like, this person likes this genre. We must make them suffer. How dare they think they can have fun in this day and age? God, I'm still running out of food. We actually have grilled spaddock now, which is fine. But we don't have enough, I think. It actually is really difficult because this farmhouse keeps getting flooded like constantly. I think legitimately the only way to stop this is to maybe have the water not flow in through here, but I might need it to flow out through, like maybe we bore a tunnel this way and fill in, like basically go through this channel, and this way this one's not going to flood as much because it seems to be very inconsistent. Actually, I guess the other solution is just to maybe make this cap out at like 0.75, and then this will reduce to 0.75. That way, with it at a lower height, there's a much lower chance of this thing flooding. Yeah, I think that's the correct way to do things. We haven't run into like a drought or anything yet, which is kind of nice. Oh right, we need batteries, don't we? I don't know where I'm gonna put the batteries is the problem. I have to figure that out at some point as well. But unfortunately, batteries to store electricity during the bad times is also expensive. By the way, you can make fuel for bots, but we don't really use bots in this run. God, yeah, that requires... We can store up to 2,000, but we need 2,000 horsepower hours per meter. So per height, it stores 2,000. So for example, here it would store about like what, 4,000, 6,000? Imagine preparing. Who prepares? No, we just go with the flow. We vibe. Like any good gamer, we are vibe coded. I don't know if I'm using that word correctly. Probably not. Yeah, I think I'm reaching the point in the... Like, one of the things I run into when I play City Builders is, like, I reach a point where, like, I don't know what I'm doing. No, I didn't fix the medicine chain. No, we never did. We have blueberries. They're almost fully grown. And we have a few bits of dandelion, which I think I'm storing somewhere. We never built a paper mill. We have a lot of injured beavers, though, which is kind of a problem. So maybe I should look after their well-being. So To clean a beaver, or to heal a beaver, you need more medical beds. That's literally it. You just need more medical beds. I don't know where I'm gonna keep him healthy. I need like a... Oh, wait. I have an idea. Wait, I have a really bad idea. Where's my... I really don't know how to use these platforms. So these just hang on one tile, or is it like a 3x3? Oh, it only hangs on one tile. Wait a second. I can do some... we could make a hospital up here. That's probably janky. Maybe that's not a good idea, but it is an option. Put a hospital, like, right up here. We could stack these, actually, too. You know what? I think our dear beavers need a hospital area. Let's build a... Oh, just kidding. These require 90 metal per. You know what? I think we'll just put it like right in front of this. I was gonna make this like a zipline hub, but for now, because we do need more hospitals, I'm okay just slapping down a bunch of medical beds and calling it a day. Just like my Rimworld hospitals. It's just figure out whatever free spawn I can fit these stupid things in. And then we can put down, I don't know, a roof. Like this. Yeah, there we go. That looks a little... That looks probably acceptable enough. A bulletin pole. Just gonna start building all these miscellaneous things that they want, I guess. That keeps them happy. Maybe a small weather vane. Just like that. It's a little cramped. I forgot I had these in... I forgot I didn't get rid of these inventor huts, too. There's a bunch here. Maybe I should get rid of them. Not really doing much for us. I actually am running out of wood, surprisingly. So, trees and wood are definitely next on the things we have to get list. Yeah. I think that's fine. I do need these restrooms, so I will find an angle in which you can kind of gaze at this and hope nothing bad happens while I go do things. I think this is a good angle. I like this angle. Alright. Keep an eye on the little city. I'm running it at speed 1, so it's very unlikely anything bad will happen in the meanwhile. I am a coward. I refuse to run this at max speed. No, I'm gonna come... You know what? Fine. I'll let it run at max speed, but I'm gonna save first. Hold on. There you go, max speed. I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot to say, Sailor's kind of work slop, except you're in first person and an Age of Exploration sailor with small merge. Oh, okay, got it. Like, my biggest complaint, at least for work slop games, is I don't like playing in first person. A lot of times I want a game where I can just be in a cozy, like this god viewpoint, essentially, is what I prefer in a lot of tycoon games and games of that genre. And I get a lot of people like that first person vibe too. That's why people like games like, what's that stupid game called? Like Farming Simulator. People want to enjoy the games where you just, you know, a good day's work and vibing. And there is nothing wrong with that at all. Don't get me wrong, but if I had my choice, I would prefer literally anything else. Kind of how I see it, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna chop this down real fast. I need to get rid of these resources here. So that's my my complaint with the whole work slop genre, basically. It is also sailing sim, that's true too. It's work minus responsibilities. I mean, I do kind of like, I sometimes get it. Like, I like Truck Simulator, but that's also more of a driving game to me than a working game. I actually like Truck Simulator for the fact that I can drive around cities. Because as much as fun as I like racing games, sometimes you just want a nice game where you can just go from point A to point B like a trucker. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna end stream a little early today because I have a thing where I have to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. So keep that in mind. I'm probably gonna end in about 10 minutes. Did I see the Capcom stuff? What the Capcom stuff? Is it in any way related to the DLSS 5 thing that's been going around, which is crazy? God, I can't believe Nvidia's making... I can't believe Nvidia decided, like, what the people want is a slop filter for their video games. Who thought this was a good idea? I can't believe they're just like, yes, so we're gonna... Clearly the people want slop all over their games, and it's just like, but why? Oh, I see it. The developers left in the dark. Okay, so Ubisoft and Capcom were not told that the DLSS... They found about DLSS 5 as long as everyone... Same time as everyone else. Good God. I don't have coffee, but I'll be fine. I'm just gonna consume caffeine through copious amounts of Coke Zero. I'm not even joking. Or I might just drink a Monster. I like Monsters. Monsters are pretty good, I would say. Okay, so no one's able to reach that. I need to get rid of this one specific wood tile. I'm gonna build a single path just like that. If you want to know, I have to help. I gotta take someone to the airport. So I'm just be like, I have to do a little bit of cleaning, and then I can go take him to the airport. So that's kind of my my thing. Why I have to get up super early, but don't worry too much about it. We all got responsibilities, right? Get rid of this, get rid of that. All right, this entire area, I'm just gonna replace this with oak trees because it was previously pine 2 every 12 days, but I'd rather just grow oak where you get 8 every 30 days. So the amount you get is way higher. I'll just get that slammed out in there. Actually, while we're here, we might just slap down a few. We got a couple spare beavers with no jobs. Why not give them a bit of a lumberjack job over here? They can chop down these trees, and I'll just mark them for demolition. Might as well grab these while we're up here. Still alive. Twitch just crashed again. Hi, Skylet. Yeah. I never ended yet. I'm here until I decide I'm done. Look at our beautiful city with people who don't have enough resources for their everything because I can't make enough logs and planks. Actually, it's kind of funny because I have a singular lumberjack here who cannot actually get to this pine. Oh, there's a drought coming. The drought's gonna be a little not good for us. Oh yeah, no, we've gotten pretty far in our production. We're actually gated by wood, surprisingly enough. We just don't have enough wood. So we're gonna start filling up our reservoir just a little bit here. Should probably be fine. As the drought's coming, I want to make sure we have enough to fulfill our fill up essentially, and it should be fine because we're gonna lose all of our power faster than you realize, and that's gonna be the real concern. Once it's all gone, what do we do? And so we want to just be ready for any eventuality. The zipline is two-way, yes. You can see that this one's going, let's say, west-east, and if another one goes the other way, it'll go the other way. See, like there. Look at that little goober. Look at him. He's going. He's going. You know what this game needs? Trains. I want the beavers to have trains. That would be so cool. I love trains. Put trains in my beaver game. Okay, so this is basically... Yeah, so we're sacrificing our energy production in the name of having enough... Oh, shoot. I may have overfilled this. Whoopsies. I guess that's fine, probably, maybe. Yeah, if they had cargo transfer, that'd be pretty neat. But technically your haulers are doing that anyway, so it's not a big deal. The haulers will just move things around. It's not super bad. Our berries are growing berries now, and dandelions could be harvested if I remember to actually put down not just the forester, but you need the other one. Gatherers. We need to put some gatherer flags somewhere. Oh shoot, I don't know where to put this thing. How do I get rid of this one? Demolish this resource, and then I can turn that into a useful tile. The thing is, these are gonna dry up, I think, because the way this water is set up is that this reservoir is not, like, this is being watered with this. Right? Oh, I have an idea. We can add additional storage here. I think. I want to see what it looks like if it, yeah, see, most of it dries up almost immediately. So that is my concern. Now we could try to fill in additional water here for now. At least this small lake will be like a small reservoir. But this is not anywhere near a permanent solution. Also, dandelion can survive at least a small drought, but we kind of see, it kind of depends how long this drought's gonna last. I'll crank this back down now that we've got a decent amount flowing in. And then this one, allow flow in as well. And I need to stop flooding this by accident again. I need like a flow valve thing. That's the thing I need. I like this automated fill valve. That's quite nice. So I can at least make sure that some of these get filled up. If I add another one here, that might be a solid way to ensure that, hey, this reservoir is also filled up at all times. So, something to keep in mind as we approach the drought days. We'll probably end stream once the drought starts and see how bad it gets. Can you even make dandelion coffee? Is that a thing that people consume? Is that like a legitimate thing? I don't know. I don't consume dandelion coffee. I don't consume coffee. Okay, so let's get a gathering hut here to gather me my resources. We can get ourselves the blueberries and the dandelions and shove them in here. And so we'll have all that for other projects. We should have enough food. Oh shoot, this thing's full again. I need to stop letting this happen. Ah yes, my favorite part of the game, when it just floods. Oh, there's only one forester, by the way, so he's only one person planting brand new trees. I might need a second forester. He's 62 and he's still dedicated his life to planting trees like a true champion of the beaver kind. I might need a second one, actually. For a field this large, probably 2 is fine. Well, some of it's automated. It's just not all of it's automated the way you think it's going to be automated. And as long as we have enough cattail flour and cattail crackers and grilled spaddock and grilled potatoes, we'll be fine. I actually have storage for 2,400 grilled spaddock right now, which is horrifying to say, but it's because I built 2 storage units and I didn't realize, oh, these hold a lot. Like, oh god. So, at the very least, we should have enough food to survive and enough water to keep us going as well. I'm actually concerned this might not be enough water stored here. And so at some point, what I'm thinking is I'll probably blow up more of this area just so we have more tiles of water. Alright, the drought started, which means we're definitely not going to get any more power for the foreseeable future. I didn't bother building batteries or stuff like that. We may need to redesign or reintroduce human kinetics again. I'm trying to avoid adding human kinetics to the equation if I can and just try to survive 5 days, but I mean, we'll be fine. Look at this. I mean, look at this guy. He's a thirsty boy. Actually, what I need to do is add more water tanks scattered around so that if a beaver is thirsty, they can just, you know, grab water. But something I'm always forgetting to do, especially because we have a lot of haulers hauling things about. So, as you can see here, the idea is that this reservoir will empty first, and then the bottom one will. Because the way we set this up, this fill valve will always ensure that this area is at a nice 3/4 of a meter thick. And then so it will never, I don't have to automate it anymore. But I can start to automate this one possibly if we had the planks. So droughts are both a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it gives you an opportunity to actually, you know, do some housekeeping that you might have ignored. Unfortunately, we cannot build more water sources. It would be kind of cool if we could, but unfortunately that's not an option for us. Oh, hey, look, our well-being score is now 18. They're actually quite happy because we're giving them so many food options. We could, by the way, maybe one day, if I were to continue playing this, build the final things, namely the monuments. For example, there is this really cool thing called the Fountain of Joy, or the Farmer's Monument, which is basically just a testament to your, I don't know, to your beaver kind's, I don't know what the right word is, opulence. There's a lot of these. You can have the brazier of bonding, or the earth recultivator, the pinnacle of beaver engineering, requiring nearly 2,000 resources. Each of them more complex than the last, but I think, for example, I could probably just put one of these farmer monuments up here and everyone would be like, yeah, that looks pretty good, eh? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good to represent our beaver kind, eh? I'm just gonna assume that all the beavers speak in Canadian, okay? I think it's infinitely more entertaining to think that way. Oh, I forgot about this. By the way, we're gonna blow this up now. Ready? All right. Kaboom! I may have made this a little too deep, actually. But it can act as a secondary reservoir, so it's fine. Okay, I may have not done that the way I should have done it. Okay, so get rid of this one. The beavers have only committed war crimes if you think they committed war crimes. If you ask them about it, they'll say they never committed any crimes. So, it's up to you to interpret that information as you wish. Actually, don't put that there. Okay, let's add a path. Oh, shoot. Oh, these aren't... Oh, God. These are still valid, too. Okay, we gotta get rid of this. Okay, so I'm gonna need a lumberjack here. And I'm gonna need that lumberjack to chop down all these trees here. You know, it's never worked out in the first place they do it. Yeah, eh? It's only a crime if the enemy struck. It's only a war crime if we struck first, but since the enemy struck us first, it's totally okay. It's just self-defense, eh? Retaliatory strikes. Perfectly legal within the Geneva Conventions, which weren't invented yet, eh? I don't even know if that's even true. I'm pretty sure it's not, but we're gonna pretend it is because it's funnier that way. I think I need more, I think we need more houses. We actually need more workers, I think, in the near future. We have a lot of people that are injured. But I think we've done a pretty good job of keeping our beavers happy. Alright. I'm gonna save the game. Oh, look, hey, look, we built our monument. Look at that thing. Look at that silly little thing on top of our warehouses. Kind of nice, actually, to look at. I'll only save the game. Happy but not... they're healthy enough. They'll be fine. Okay. Okay, like I said, unfortunately, because of a thing that I have to do, aka drive some people to the airport in the morning, I have to end stream very, very soon, aka right about now. So I'm going to figure out who I'm going to raid. What am I rating? Who did I raid yesterday? I think I raided Issen yesterday, so we're gonna raid. If she's still live, we'll raid Sadbun, who is playing the funny, I don't know what this is, Dredge? I guess that's a fishing game, right? Yeah. Say hi to Bun. She's an artist. She does art stuff, although yeah, or I guess male, she's a guy? I don't know anymore. Anyways, have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. I hope you had fun watching the Beavers. I know some people have been looking for XCOM. Please wait patiently. I gotta go set up my mod list. I gotta set up basically 2 mod lists next week. One is XCOM and one is the new Rimworld Colony. The Rimworld Colony is the one that takes priority, so we'll see. Tomorrow we'll do Star Sector. Unless I suddenly decide not to, but I'm pretty sure we'll do Star Sector for another stream. And then we'll see where we go from there. Thank you for joining, everyone. I hope you have a good time, and I'll be back on tomorrow. I know I'm ending early. Very sorry about that, but 3.5 hours? Pretty good time, I think. All right, bye-bye. Good night. And all that jazz. Hopefully our beaver kind will survive this drought.